Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
'Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of There's Still Time, the AFTN Soccer Show, broadcasting on CITR Radio 101.9 FM from the unceded Musqueam Territory at the University of beautiful British Columbia. I'm Michael McCall.
I'm Steve Pander.
And I'm Zachary Adam Eisenhammer.
And it's our 2021 Christmas special. We look forward to bringing you this show every year. It's a little bit different from our usual show because we still have some of our usual nonsense in it, but we have our usual kind of end of season chat with the head coach. So this time we've got Vanni Sartini coming up in an excellent chat that I had with him a week or so ago. We play some games, we play some Christmas music, we open some presents. It's just fun. Looking forward to Christmas, guys?
Yeah, can't wait. It'll be a little bit different from last year because we can have some people over for sure.
Yeah, it's everything keeps changing, and then I'm trying to follow what's happening in the UK compared to here. And my dad's going to be on his own again this Christmas. I was trying to get him to go to kind of like somewhere that was maybe putting on Christmas dinners for seniors and stuff. So I'd found a couple of places, but then the new restrictions that's come in have kind of stopped that. So sadly, he's going to be on his own again. So I ordered him 4 mini hampers of different kinds of food that got delivered today. So he was obviously excited. I called him and I was like, "Oh, what did you think of them?" And it's like, "Oh, I haven't opened them yet." It's like, okay. It's like, maybe want to get on that. There's some perishable goods in them. So we'll see how that goes. What about yourself, Zach? Having a mid-size or a smallish family thing? I don't know what you're allowed anymore.
Yeah, I think we're allowed the 10 people or less kind of thing. So we'll have less than 10 people, and it'll all be close family, and they're the only people we'll probably see in person in our home over the next 4 weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah, I saw Zach briefly yesterday. We did a brief present exchange.
So did I.
I saw both you guys yesterday, but I'm seeing more of your faces right now.
Oh, yes. Yes, we were well masked up, which is probably good because you might hear my voice is gone a little bit. As far as I know, it's not the Rona. I'm putting it down to standing in minus freezing cold conditions up at UBC for a VMSL game, which in hindsight was not the greatest idea in the build-up to Christmas. But I'll maybe have a little hot toddy and suck a fisherman's friend, and that usually cures a lot of things. All the fishermen I know, though, are back in Scotland, so had to do a little bit of work for that one. But what we're going to do in this show, it's a 4-part show. In part 2, we're going to bring you our chat with Vanni Sartini. In part 3, we're going to unpack some of the stuff that he said. And then parts 1 and 4, play some games, play some music, a little bit of fun. And in parts 1, 3 and 4, we're going to open up our presents to each other. So what I thought I would do to kick off part 1, because for once I'm organised and I actually have your presents for Christmas. Even more surprisingly, I actually have half of your presents for next Christmas. And you can try and work out what one of them is, because the present that I've got you both, my microphone is currently balanced on it. I'm using it to raise my mic a little bit higher. But I wanted to have a theme for the presents, because Zach's been doing that, and I like that idea. I don't know if you've kept that plan for this year, Zach, but I thought I went with a theme for this year. The theme that I want to go for, which is going to be next year now, I couldn't get one of the items because I have to go back to Scotland and get it. And I thought I would have maybe gone back and been able to pick it up. So that's why I've got half your present, and it's going to be delayed now until 2022. So let's hope we all stay alive. Otherwise, I'll have wasted money. But if anything happens to me, I'll leave a note so that Caitlin can get it to you. Always plan ahead. So what we'll do in this one is we'll open the presents that I've given to Steve and Zach. Now, you've both got one present that's the same, and you've both got one present that's different. So if you feel your present, one is hard and one is kind of bendy. So the bendy one is the one that you've both got the same thing off. So open that one first.
Wait, do I open the card first?
Oh, open the card at your leisure. It's just a card.
My cards to you are awful, so
I it's the only card I've written this year was to the two of you. Now,
did you lick this?
I did actually, yeah. It was pre me feeling like this. I think.
Did you lick the card, or you lick the envelope?
Oh, the envelope, not the card.
Okay.
I didn't like Zach either when I saw him.
Soft first.
And you're both not going to like this, I think.
No, what are you talking about?
You want me to open it?
Yeah.
I read the first one. It was really good.
Ah.
Wait, hang on.
That might have now spoiled something for Zach.
Well, they both feel like books. But...
Well, I thought he opened it.
He's just slow. He went for the card.
Is this from
first.
the one thing from last year?
Yeah, it's the second part of it.
Thank you.
But this is even more special because if you open it up, you will see that it is signed by two of the people involved.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Including one of the guys that is behind Judge Dredd.
Oh.
So you can plug that.
Because of the autograph, can I sell this more than my Alex Morgan rookie card?
Probably
I
not.
don't think so.
Also, a fun fact, I ordered copies for yourself and myself because it was a flat shipping rate from the UK for it. When it came, I saw how much he had to pay for postage, and I said, do you want me to give a little bit more? Because I've hardly paid anything for the postage. And he was like, no, that's what I said it was going to be. So now, because of how much it cost to send them to us, he's not shipping overseas anymore. So for anyone not watching, which is everyone, because we're listening on the podcast, it is part 2 of Rock of the Reds.
Rock the God?
Rock the God, because he is a god on his home planet.
Right.
So this is the second one, and there is no plans for a third one.
Oh, because I thought it was because of overseas shipping. They canceled the third one.
Probably from overprinting and then being bankrupt from having to send 3 heavy books over to Canada by airmail.
I guess the first one went well then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it did. It was both were Kickstarters and they raised money. You can actually buy a custom-made football jersey for the team as well. I almost did that, but then I kept myself back from doing that. So you can both open your second one now. Yeah, they're different. This is the one I'm worried that Steve might have. I'm thinking he probably doesn't.
No, I don't have very many. I don't collect books that much.
Yeah,
no,
I didn't think you did.
I don't have this. No. This is fantastic, though.
I like the dog wrapping paper.
Yeah, that was done pre-penny, sadly.
No, I don't buy books that regularly because I usually listen to podcasts more. But I got obviously nobody can see this, but it's The Young Bucks Killing the Business. And
I got myself a copy as well. I've not had a chance to read it yet. And Zach's, I got a special book for Zach.
What you think you know about football is wrong.
Yeah, because basically what you think you know about football, Zach, is wrong. The Bundesliga is not the best league. I saw that.
Greatest myths and untruths.
I saw that and I thought that is made for you.
It is.
I had planned to read it myself.
Chapter 41. It's not a game of two halves.
I know they've just ripped off our whole cliched section. I
like the inside jacket. It's got all the moves they do.
Yeah, it's meant to be a really, really good book. I tried to get autographed one for you last year, but the shipping to Canada was extortionate.
Yeah, it is. I bought like AEW figures for the kids, my younger one. They're always shipping costs were huge, and then they charge duty on top of it.
Yeah.
Michael, I don't know if I can read this book
Why?
because chapter 1 is clearly false. Do you remember what chapter 1 is?
I looked at it and I can't remember.
Contents, introduction, chapter 1. The ball did cross the line in the 1966 World Cup final, and we knew this in 1966.
Oh, if I had seen that, I haven't seen that, I would have burnt that book. You wouldn't have got that.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm not a fan of that book now. Yeah, feel free to gift it.
Wait, hang on. Chapter 6. England did not win the World Cup fairly in 1966. What?
Okay, that doesn't make sense then.
Oh, wait, this is what's wrong.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to have to read this, I guess.
Don't read the whole book on our show. It's already going to be a long show.
It might be from different people, different perspectives too. So it might not be all the same people. Is it by one person or is it by?
Yeah, this is by Dr. Kevin Moore.
And you know that doctors are never wrong. But I saw the title.
Kevin Moore, he's not a doctor.
I saw the title and I thought, I've got to get that for his act because he always thinks he knows everything about football. So
No.
But let's see if everything you do know is football is wrong when we get to our quizzes later on the show. So that's why I wanted you to do our present first. So that's us opened our present. We've talked about what our Christmas is going to be like this year. Hopefully everyone listening has a happy, safe and healthy Christmas as well. What we like to do in our Christmas shows, though, over the course of the year, and this year I actually did it in November and not January like I have in some years in the past, I spoke to a couple of Whitecaps players just to kind of find out what Christmas is like in their household, any traditions that they have, and what their favourite Christmas songs are. And we always like to end our segment with a Christmas song. So we're going to kick that off just now with a man that is a beast between the sticks. For the Whitecaps and for Canada, let's hear what a Max Crepeau Christmas is like. So what is Christmas like in the Crepeau household? What's your kind of family traditions, if you want to share any of them? And like, is it a big family thing? Do you have small Christmases?
Yeah, the 24 is with my in-laws side of family, so all of Christina's family and cousins, everybody, everybody. And it's a big party, big dinner, and that's great. And then the 25th is actually with my parents. My brother comes, my grandma comes, so we're a smaller group, like 7 maybe. Smaller groups, nice and easy. Go in the afternoon, light a fire outside, and then chill by the fire, relax, and then have a proper dinner and really have a good time. Just being nice and easy.
Yeah, that's what it should be. And do you have a favourite Christmas song or something that you always like to play or hear?
Actually, here with my in-laws, there's a lot of Latino music. My wife is out of Chile and from Montreal, Quebec. Or that is 100% from Montreal, and then her mom's from Chile. So she's a 50-50 mix. And on my side of family, my parents and everything, there's always some Michael Bublé, Christmas music. There's always something going on.
Well, we always, whenever we ask anyone this on the show, we always play whatever their song or a variation of their song. So I'll dig out something by Michael Bublé, or I'll try and find a Latino kind of Christmas song for you.
And there's always some Phil Collins as well. At my parents' house, always some Phil Collins.
That's a strange choice.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Max Crepeau talking about Christmas in the Crepeau household back there in Quebec. And we rounded off that segment with a lovely song there. He said he wanted something by Michael Bublé or something that had a kind of Latina feel to it. So I went for the latter, but I went for a Canadian band. It was a band that Steve played on one of our earlier Christmas shows. Canadian band from Burlington, Ontario, Walk the Earth. And that was their version of the Latino classic, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, which I've had in my head for a while after watching the 2020 League of Their Own Christmas special and the 2021 League of Their Own Christmas special, where they played that song a lot because they were doing a video of it. So that's what Max Crepeau's Christmas is like. Hopefully the whole Crepeau family have a great time there, and he eats lots of turkey and then burns it off and is back fit, ready to go when the pre-season gets underway in January, which I'm sure he will. So we're going to have a little bit more festive fun in this part, and it's time for the first of our games. So what I've done for this show is I've tasked each of us to come up with a game for the other two people to play. So we're going to do my one first, because that's probably the most boring, I think, of the two. But you'll see why we're doing it first when we get to it. So what I'm calling my game is 6 of the best. Now, it's nothing to do with spanking, so any BDSM listeners, I'm afraid, sorry to disappoint you there. It's nothing to do with corporal punishment either in schools. I'm old enough that in my school you used to get the belt. Did you guys have like corporal punishment here in Canada at school?
No, not at school.
Just at home.
We had it, but it was before my time.
Oh.
Yeah, we not during my time when I was in school, for sure.
There was only 4 kids in my class that did not get the belt, which, if anyone doesn't know what the belt is, it was a 2-pronged leather strap that you had to hold your hand out, and they just gave you 6 over the palms of your hand. I was one of the 4. I was a goody 2-shoes at school, so I never got the belt. So, yeah. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with the game that we're playing, but it is called 6 of the best. So what I have is I've got 2 envelopes here. Envelope A and envelope B. In each envelope, there is a set of 6 questions about a specific Vancouver Whitecaps player. So let's see how much you know about these Whitecaps. So we have to see who gets envelope A and who gets envelope B. So I thought we'll toss a little coin, except I forgot to bring a coin with me.
Just let Steve choose. Steve can choose.
All right, okay, Steve, do you want envelope A or envelope B?
B.
B? Okay. Envelope B. Oh, that's A. Okay. Envelope B. And this is why I did my game in this part, because we've just heard about Max Crepeau's Christmas. This is 6 questions about Max Crepeau. So how we're going to do this, you'll get 1 point for every question you get correct, and it's multiple choice. If Steve gets the question wrong, I will throw it over to Zach for a bonus point.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So it's a varied selection of questions, and like I say, it's all multiple choice, and you can play along at home. So here's 6 of the best about Maxime Crepeau. Question 1. Max was born on May the 11th, 1994, in which Quebec city? Was it A, Beaconsfield? Was it B, Greenfield Park? Was it C, Laval? Or was it D, Otterburn Park? I'll give you those again. Beaconsfield, Greenfield Park, Laval, Otterburn Park. And I picked 4 places that I could pronounce. I could have
sworn that he was born in a place that started with a C or an S. So that definitely goes against everything that I said. So I am gonna go. I'm gonna go with Laval.
Ooh, incorrect. I'm throwing it over to Zach.
I don't know what it is, but I know it's one of the parks. I know Michael has their 2 parks, so it's got to be one of the parks. What are
I
the 2
thought
parks?
I thought it might be Park. That's why I didn't want to guess the park because I thought I was trying to avoid Zach stealing it.
What are
in
the
case
name
it
of
was.
the parks, Michael?
There's Greenfield Park or Otterburn Park.
Let's go the second one.
Otterburn Park.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It was Greenfield Park,
I knew it was one of the parks.
which is actually no longer a city. It's been taken over by some other area, so it's now encompassed in that. So no points for anyone there. Interesting. Question 2. In which year, Steve, did Max first join the Montreal Impact, call them what they are, Academy? Was it A, 2008, B, 2009, C, 2010, or D, 2011?
So 2008 was the first one?
Yep, 8, 9, 10, 11.
8. Okay, let me do the math. It would be...
I'll just have a slug of some of my orange juice that I've got here to get me some much needed vitamins for my throat.
I'm going to say 2009.
Incorrect.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, well, it's not 2011. I was going to say 2010, but now I want to say, when he joined the first team?
When did
or
he
just-
first join
Academy.
Montreal Impact Academy?
Oh, Academy. I'll say 2008.
2010. You should have stuck to your first answer.
I was going 9 or 10 because I was thinking 15 or 16 is when he joined.
Yeah. I thought it's a little bit late to actually hit start. I thought it would have been earlier.
But the thing is, back then, people were starting at 15, 16. They didn't do the 12, 13 age. This is pre-MLS, right? So they weren't doing the early age.
Yes, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
That's why I was thinking 15, 16. And then I was thinking 2009, 2010. And I guess 2009 because I thought maybe 15.
Now, I'm glad you got this envelope, Steve, because of what this question is. But obviously, Zach has a chance to steal. So, question
2
3.
right now.
So, Zach, so you're fine. Question 3. In January 2015, Max went on a 10-day training stint with which German club? Was it A, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which is a half-man, half-biscuit lyric, but Borussia Mönchengladbach, B, Eintracht Frankfurt, C, Fortuna Düsseldorf, or D, SC Freiburg?
And what year was this?
2015, January 2015. So it was just before
This is before the
pre-season.
Whitecaps. It was before joining
Yeah,
the Whitecaps.
so he was still with Montreal, and it was pre-season. So he went for a 10-day training stint.
What was the third one?
Club. Fortuna Düsseldorf.
And the fourth one?
SC Freiburg.
I think it's one of those two.
Eintracht Frankfurt or Borussia Mönchengladbach.
I'm going to say D.
SC Freiburg.
Yeah. Damn it.
I'm going to go with my first thought and say Fortuna Düsseldorf.
It was Fortuna Düsseldorf.
That was C?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured it was C or D. Damn it.
Oh, so Zach in a 1-point lead here. 3 questions on Max to go. Number 4. Against which team did Max make his competitive Montreal Impact first team debut in 2017? Was it A,
8?
Chicago Fire? So remember, this is like first team.
Yeah.
A, Chicago Fire. B, FC Edmonton. C, Ottawa Fury. Or D, Vancouver Whitecaps?
The fact that you put FC Edmonton and Ottawa Fury in there tells me there could be either one of them. And where does FC Edmonton come from as well? Out of nowhere. Because you think it would be Ottawa because they were close to Ottawa.
But remember, it's a competitive first team match.
Yeah, it could be the Voyagers Cup. That's what I'm talking. What's FC Edmonton around then? 2017. I'm going to say FC Edmonton. Damn it!
What was the year, Michael?
2017.
It's 4 years ago.
So your choice is Chicago Fire, Ottawa Fury, Vancouver Whitecaps.
I'll just say Vancouver.
It was Vancouver. It was the Canadian Championship, May 23rd at BC Place. Wow. Don't worry, Steve, because he's going to struggle on his questions.
I'm not going to get one.
Number 5, penultimate one on Max Crepeau. Against which team did Max have his first Whitecaps MLS clean sheet? Was it A, Real Salt Lake, B, Houston Dynamo, C, Seattle Sounders, or D, LA Galaxy?
The fact that the Sounders are in there kind of seems like it should be them. I'm not sure. It could be a 0-0 draw. Real Salt Lake, I don't remember them. They rarely ever get a shout out against them. They always seem to leak a goal. Galaxy, can't remember. I want to say the Sounders.
Correct.
Nice.
0-0 draw at BC Place on March
Yeah,
30th, 2019.
Because I just know Real Salt Lake, they always leak a goal. Even if they beat them like harsh, they always like let a goal in against them.
It was another classic Cascadian derby at BC Place against the Sounders. And your final question. It's 2-1 to Zach at the moment. Question 6. How many senior caps does Max have now for Canada? Now, I'm going to say I'm basing this on Canada Soccer and Wikipedia. They both have the same number, but I couldn't find out if it includes friendlies or whatever. I'm thinking it does.
It should.
Yeah. So the 4 answers are 11, 12, 13, 14.
I don't think he's played that many games. Well, they're all close together, so it's not even that big of a... I'm going to just take a wild stab at it. I'm going to say 11.
Thrown over to Zach. 12, 13, or 14?
I'll say 12.
It was 14.
Well,
He's had 13 starts, but capped 14 times overall.
Oh, he must have come in early.
So all to play for now as we move on to Zach's questions. It's 2-1 to Zach. Great chance, though, for Steve to steal some points. How are you doing at home? Let us know on Twitter at AFTN Canada. Obviously not live. It won't really impact this game, but you can let us know anyway. So it's envelope A for Zach. And it's 6 questions on Ryan Gauld. Haha, you should have guessed that was Ryan Gauld that was coming. Funnily enough, we heard Max Crepeau talking about Christmas earlier. Later in the show, we're going to hear what a Ryan Gauld family Christmas is like as well, so stay tuned for that. So here's your 6 questions, Zach. You've got a 1-point lead just now. All to play for. Question 1. Ryan was born on December 16th, 1995 in Lawrence Kirk, which is a town on the outskirts of which major Scottish city? Is it A, Aberdeen, B, Dundee, C, Inverness, or D, Perth?
I'm going to guess, just because of listening to talk to him about traffic in this area, I'm going to say Dundee.
Oh, you fell for the trap question. It is not Dundee. It's
Okay.
a chance for Steve to tie it up. Aberdeen, Inverness, or Perth?
I was going to guess Dundee too if I had a first choice on that. So I don't.
Thanks, Steve. I feel better.
So what was the 3 again?
Aberdeen, Inverness, Perth.
I'm going to say, just because I don't rate the other 2, I'm going to say Aberdeen.
Correct. Lawrence Kirk is in Aberdeenshire.
I was going to say Aberdeen, but then the Dundee...
I don't. I the other 2 cities I don't rate as major cities, so that's why I ruled it out. No offense to those 2 cities.
Well, technically, there was only ever 4 Scottish
I don't even
cities.
know those other 2 cities. I only know Aberdeen.
Well, it was always Aberdeen, Dundee, Edinburgh, Glasgow. But then
Yeah.
when they seemed to open up cities to anyone, Perth and Inverness became a city.
That's why they're not original. That's why I don't rate them.
Yes. Okay, question 2. It's tied up at 2 apiece now. This is exciting. Hope you're excited at home.
By the way, I'm just joking to anybody from Inverness and Perth. But if you want to send hate mail, go ahead.
They're
It is
both
Christmas.
lovely cities, actually. If I was looking to go back to Scotland and not move back to Fife or Edinburgh, the other 2 places I've got in mind are actually Inverness and Perth.
Yeah, I'm just joking around.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I mean, there's some scummy areas in both places, but then that's just cities in general. Question 2 for Zach. What was Ryan's first primary school? No. What was Ryan's first primary youth club as a young footballer? Did he learn his trade at Aberdeen Boys Club, Brecon City Boys Club, Dundee Boys Club, or Dundee United Youths? So his first primary youth club.
I'm going to say this. It's got to be one of the Dundees because you included both. I'll say the second one. Brecon
City Boys Club.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes.
He was there before going to Dundee United Youths.
I think, this is from listening to you talk about it.
I never mentioned Brecon to him, I don't think, in the past.
Oh.
I knew you'd pick Dundee for when he was born because of the whole roundabout thing.
Yeah.
I included the Ryan interview on our Glory Days of Gold East Fife Christmas podcast as well, and I said, pretty sure when he moved over to Vancouver, the last thing he expected was to be sitting down talking about traffic systems in Dundee in Canada, but there you go. Question 3. Which team did Ryan make his Scottish Premier League debut against on May 13th, 2012? Was it A, Aberdeen, B, Motherwell, C, St Johnstone, or D, Hamilton Academicals? I was going to throw East Fife in there, and I thought that's immediately taking one answer out.
Okay, so give me the options again.
Aberdeen,
Yeah.
Motherwell, St Johnstone, Hamilton Academicals. I'll throw in a fun fact. He came on as an 87th minute sub.
I have no idea.
And who was pulled off for him?
Kenny Miller.
Johnny Russell.
Oh. That might help. Wait, say the clubs again?
It shouldn't.
Yeah,
Aberdeen.
it's the team they're facing, not the team they're playing.
Yeah, Aberdeen, Motherwell, St Johnstone, Hamilton Academicals.
I'm going to say St. Johnston.
Who are from Perth. Incorrect.
Hamilton.
Incorrect. It was Motherwell.
Oh,
I was thinking Motherwell.
that was my second choice.
Is your Motherwell? She's not too bad, son.
What's the score? 3-1?
It is 3-2 because Steve stole the first question. If it's tied, I don't have a tiebreaker, so we can work on that. We can carry it into future.
Christmas or ties are good.
Yeah, future things. Question 4. This game went on longer than I thought it was going to.
I'll wait till we get to my game.
Oh dear. This is a 3-hour show, isn't it? Question 4. In which year did Sporting Club de Portugal sign Ryan from Dundee United? Was it A, 2013? Was it B, 2014? Was it C, 2015? Or was it D, 2016?
I'm just going to go 2016.
I'm going to go, how old is he now? He is 4.
Let me tell you.
No,
You
don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell me how old he is. That's fine. It's been... Oh, damn it. I can't do math in my head anymore. I'm going to say 2014.
Correct. It's tied up at 3 apiece. Ding, 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 ding.
I figured he would go when he's 18.
Yeah. July 2nd in the summer before the 14-15 season. So 2 questions to go. Number 5. How many under-21 caps does Ryan have for Scotland?
Wait, does Steve Clark coach that team?
No. Because I was gonna ask you how many he had for the senior team. Do you know how many he's got for the senior team?
4? 0.
0. Steve would have got that right. 0 so far. So how many has he got under 21 wise? 2, 5, 8, or 11?
I'm going to go with 5.
Wrong. Can Steve go ahead?
Which one is it? What is it, numbers?
2, 8, or 11 is what you're left with. Under 21 caps.
He guessed 5. I'll say 8.
Oh, it's 11.
Oh.
How someone can get capped 11 times at under 21 level and numerous times at under 18 level as well and not get a sniff of the senior team baffles me, especially when you've been playing in the top tier in Portugal. I really don't know what he has to do to get into the team right now. He could probably win MVP in MLS and still not get in.
Imagine like other countries had that rule, like a Canada or a US, like if you play outside our country, you're not going to play for the league or something, or for the national team. Other teams would be totally decrepit.
Hey, we can claim him for Canada.
We can. He can tie cup tie.
Yeah, after a while of living here.
Or somebody makes an exception.
Could we get him to ditch his girlfriend and find a Canadian girl? A bit harsh, I know. Or
I didn't meet her, but she was at the hotel. I remember I saw.
you bumped into him at Whistler.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him, but I talked to Flo a little bit.
They've been together for like years from when he was in Scotland, so they're a lovely couple. So the final question, what we're going to do is, because there's 4 answers, you'll each get 2 chances to answer until someone gets the question right. So it's tied at 3. So this is for Zach to win it, and we're right up to date here.
What if we do this? What if we go back and forth and pick which answers, and then we
do ABBA?
Yeah, and then you hold on to it, and then you tell us which one was the right one. So we don't go back and forth. He picks one answer, I'll pick one answer. He picks one answer, I'll pick one answer.
All right,
and then you reveal the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which team did Ryan make his Whitecaps MLS debut against? Was it A, San Jose, B, Austin, C, LA Galaxy, D, LAFC?
I'm pretty sure it was LA Galaxy.
Your answer, Steve?
I'll take Austin.
What would your second answer be?
Oh, it'd still be LA Galaxy, but what are the other options left?
LAFC or San Jose?
Oh, I'll take LAFC. I'll take LAFC.
And I'll take San Jose.
It was the LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
77th minute sub in a 1-1 draw. I thought someone might fall for he scored his first goal against LAFC.
Yeah.
And they went down that. Because that's what I thought it was LAFC when I was putting this together. And I was like, it wasn't.
I knew it was over as soon as you asked the question because I knew he would get it.
I knew that one.
See, I can't remember recent things. Ask me about stuff from years ago. It's like, I remember that game from 2009.
I just want to apologize now because mine is not multiple choice.
Oh man. I want to make this easy and for the folk listening at home anyway, but...
Well, my game style prohibited it from being all multiple choice.
Oh. Well, that's our first of our 3 game segments over for the night. Hope you've enjoyed that. We've got 2 more to come. We'll see what they bring. But let's get back to another little Christmas chat that I had. Everyone loves a white Christmas, and it's looking like we might actually be getting that in the Lower Mainland this year. So... who has a white Christmas every year? People in the North Pole, people in Finland, and Brian White and his family. It's also white Christmas for them. Let's hear a little bit about a Brian White Christmas. What is Christmas like in the White household? I won't make any white Christmas jokes, but are you going to be going back to Jersey for Christmas? And if so, what's the White family Christmas like?
Yeah, I'll be going back to Jersey. I'll be spending most of the Christmas at my girlfriend's house. My parents live in South Carolina now. Yeah, so it's maybe, I'm not sure what my mom's plan is or my dad's plan is, but we'll figure that out eventually.
And do you have any particular favorite Christmas song that for you that's the holidays?
Well, White Christmas, actually, because that's my favorite Christmas movie.
Excellent. We will play a version of that for you in the show.
Thank you.
Christmas, White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I am dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all
your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Brian White celebrating a white Christmas there, as he does every year in New Jersey. That's nearly it for this part, but I'm going to just round off this part with a little bit of festive fun. And this is something I obviously like to do on the website a lot. I come up with our Team of the Week, where we've ripped this totally from Off the Ball, a Scottish football show in Scotland that's ran since the 90s, but Team of the Week, where we do puns about players' names and try and come up with a theme and have just things like that. So I've come up with a 2021 Whitecaps Festive 11. So this is only Whitecaps players that have played for the club in 2021. And for one of them, I had to also dip down a little bit to the under-23s because I was struggling, because it wasn't a great selection of players. So I'll tell everyone what I've got, and if there's any other ones that you think we've missed out, or any that you can think of, you can throw them in. So I've gone for a 3-4-2-1 formation, Christmas tree formation. It's Christmas, why would you not for a festive 11? In goals, I've got Isaac Bomer, because of Christmas and Santa's sack. Back three, Joke Nerwinski. Not because he's a joke of a defender, but because of the jokes you get in the Christmas crackers. Candy Rose, because everyone gets candy at Christmas. And we thought we saw the back of him, but no, he's back. Jasser Kimeri. 4-man midfield. Marcus Godinho ho ho ho. They don't get any better. Defensive midfielder. Michael Bobbledissimo. Alongside of him, Leo Ubusu. Why? Because he's Jingles.
Oh, right.
His Jingles, so Jingle Bells. And then for the last midfielder, I went down to the under-23s, because why could I not? It's Elijah Ba Humbug. Very talented young player, actually, Elijah Ba. So watch out for him in years to come, and watch for him in the MLS Next Pro League. He's a guy that's definitely going to be lighting it up. My two wingers, I've got Ryan Rapping Oso. I told you these weren't good. And Christian Dahomey, because Christian for Zach threw that in for Christmas time.
Yeah.
And up front, of course, it is Brian White Christmas. And who's going to manage the team?
Vanni something.
Mark DeSantis.
Oh, Mark DeSantis. Fantastic.
So if you've got any other ones from 2021 Whitecaps, let us know. But that's the end of our nonsense for part one. We're back with our feature interview, and you're not going to want to miss this one as we sit down for an end-of-season chat, and I look forward to 2022 with Whitecaps head coach Vanni Sartini.
Hey, I am Axel Schuster, and I'm listening to the AFTN Soccer Show.
Happy holidays, America.
Well, away up north where the air gets cold, there's a tale about Christmas that you've all been told. A real famous cat all dressed up in red, and he spends the whole year out on a sled. He's a little Saint Nick. He's a little Saint
Welcome back to the AFTN Soccer Show, the 2021 Christmas special on CITR Radio 101.9 FM from the unceded Musqueam Territory at the University of Beautiful, British Columbia. And kicking off this part, it's our Artists of the Month from November. Remember them? Back last month from Jersey City, New Jersey, Crazy and the Brains. That was a Christmas song that they brought out in 2016, a cover of the Beach Boys' 1965 classic, Little Saint Nick. Love the xylophones in that, and it's a very good cover version. So for this part, it's time for our feature interview. As I mentioned at the start of the show, at the end of every year, we like to sit down with the head coach and do our end of season chat with him. We started it off in 2013 with Carl Robinson. We've done it with Robbo. We've done it with Mark DeSantis. Now we've done it with Vanni Sartini as well. So go put the kettle on, make your favourite hot beverage, or treat yourself to maybe a nice little eggnog or something. Grab a mince pie, chocolate digestive, maybe one of the mince pie chocolate digestives, and combine them if you were lucky enough to get to one of the local stores. Sit back and enjoy our chat with Vancouver Whitecaps head coach Vanni Sartini. Looking, I guess, at your year's journey, where you started off the year, you'd just taken on a new role, director of methodology, head coach of the under-23s. You finished the year still director of methodology, but now head coach of the first team. How do you look back at the journey that you've had this year?
Well, it's been crazy, to be honest. I have to be completely honest. When I took the job, I didn't want to be an assistant coach anymore, because I wanted to go in a leadership position to prepare me also in the future be an head coach of the first team. And that was the kind of the plan, but the plan was to be in the role of the under 23 and the head of methodology full time, at least for a couple of years, and then try to go even with the Whitecaps or somewhere else and try to play my chances as an head coach. This process has been highly accelerated, and I think that the journey has been crazy. But I'm very happy that I had this. I think that the first 7 months being at the head of the under 23s, even if we didn't have a league, but being in charge again after a lot of years that I've been an assistant or I didn't have a team because I was with the US soccer, just being full-time in the role of coach of the coach. He gave me again the idea of how to lead a group, how to work with them, how to translate my ideas in principle on the field. And if the 3 months with the first team has been successful, I think that there's a lot of credit of the first 7 months that I spent with the under 23.
Yeah, I mean, I only saw a couple of the under 23s games, and you had the team playing some lovely stuff. What do you feel you've learned about yourself this year, both as a coach and both as a person?
Some things actually, and I learned that again. You need to be yourself if you want to be successful. The first day that I get the job, I was very overwhelmed, to be honest. And I didn't know if I have to be... so maybe I have to change a little bit my style. I'm going on the first team. I've never been a head coach of the first team, blah, blah, blah. But then I actually realized that, no, I need to be myself. The same way that I always coach, and I need to coach with them, the same way that I'm representing myself with people, I have to represent myself with the team, with the media. And that has been for me the key of even, I would say, selling the ideas in the best way. You were saying before that we need to be confident if you want to be a football manager or a head coach. And if you don't believe in your ideas, it's impossible to be confident. And so you need to be yourself. And that's the thing that I learned even more. And the other thing that I probably learned about coaching that you need to be, when it's all in, you need to be all in. I'm gonna explain you. We can go even to specific stuff. If I have to play that way of game again, I would be less conservative tactically, and I would be more let's go there and do it, because that has been our strength for the entire season.
Yeah, I think when the team turned around, it was, you were playing quite carefree. And it's like, let's just go for this. We've nothing to lose now. Let's just see if we can go on a run. And that's how things came across. And then obviously when you get to playoffs, it does get a bit more cagey. I don't think anyone really expected KC to maybe come out the way that they did as well. But growing as a coach then, because obviously you've done a lot of teaching of coaches. Yeah. And you've now come into this. Is there anything that you look at where you are now than when you came into the head coach's role that you think, wow, that's been a big improvement, or that's been something that's really kind of come together for me in the last couple of months? If that makes sense.
Yeah, you see improvement that I brought to the team, or improvement for me as a person?
Well, actually to both, because I was going to ask about the team, but like to you as a person, but also to the team.
For me as a person, I think that I'm actually still learning the job day by day. I'll give you an example that there's a lot of things to do in the off season that I never done before, and because I wasn't in charge of the team, and so I'm learning how to do it, and it's improving me, and it's improving my, I would say, organizational skill, and probably my leadership skills on the thing outside the pitch, and because I have to deal with a lot of things that I hadn't do before, and of course you try to be prepared, but a lot of things you're learning on the fly. So that's the thing. So I would say that thing, actually, I'm feeling that I'm improving a lot at that. I don't know if it's going to be enough or not, but I'm feeling much more comfortable in doing it. For the team, I think the team improved a lot. That's why I'm not here to self-promote myself, but it's like
they did, though.
I think the team improved a lot, and because I think that, and again, for me, everything starts from the field and tactically. I think that tactically we were highly organized. We played probably, if we have to say something that we can improve, kind of a mono-dimensional game. So we need to we lay some solid foundation for the next year. So, but we played a very organized football, I would say, especially our way of defending, and with clear ideas when we had the ball. We need to improve a little bit, in my opinion, now that we became a better team, imposing our game better and getting more possession in the opposition half. But I think that the best improvement is that the team now has an identity, and is very well organized.
Yeah, it like, all respect to Mark, and I'm a long-time friend of Mark's, and he struggled to get that identity. I know what he wanted, because he told us about it and he showed us stuff, and it, for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. Whether it was the players that were there couldn't play it, or didn't want to listen to him on the pitch, or whatever. But it does feel that the team's got that now. There's also, I guess, like, being confirmed as head coach, it was no surprise to us. I don't know if you were fully expecting it. I would imagine you would have been, with the run that you went on. But in this game, like, never say never, because
you say never. You don't know. I actually, when we beat Minnesota, when the day when we beat Minnesota, we went to the locker room, and I spoke with the other guys on the staff, and I say, so we earned the spot, we earned the place for next year, because we were doing a fantastic job. We were winning against top teams, and it was not the first time. We were being consistent. The team was playing well, and to be honest, I say, okay, we got the job for next year. And I know that after like 8-9 games that we were playing so well, and also the fact that the personality that I got, it made me became also a little bit of a kind of a media, well, not sensation, but
a media darling.
Yeah, on the even on the national side, on the MLS website and everything. So I said, okay, if the Whitecaps are not going to give me the job, I'll probably get a job somewhere else. So
Yeah.
but my priority was always staying here. And I have to be honest, I got a couple of clubs that called me, but before the Whitecaps offered me the job, but I told to them, no, I have to wait. I want to wait them first, and I don't want to even think about leaving here because I like being here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting you to confirm this or not, but all I'll say is I was on a end of season call that Pat Onstad had with Houston, and he was waxing lyrical about you and saying that you were the kind of guy he wanted and the personality that he wanted in a coach. And I was like, oh well, if the Whitecaps don't pull that trigger on you, then someone else is going to come in and snap you up. So
yeah, Pat is my friend, and let's say that Pat, we had a friendly call before.
I would imagine you would. So now that you're confirmed as head coach, you can obviously put all your plans into fruition. What are you most looking forward to next season? Is it the fact that you've now got a team that you can mould exactly how you want it and make your own additions, or is it just like everything about this? It's going to be exciting for you, I'm sure.
It is. I think what I want to do is, first of all, confirming the identity. I don't think we need to change. I think we need to be a team like we've been like this season, very well organized defensively, very aggressive in the pressure, try to be the team that you don't want to play against them because it's constantly biting at you. And at the same time, I want to add the layer on top that we've been very good at being very direct and going on the opposition half. I would like to add a layer on top that there are some games where probably we have to impose more our game and not relying just on the fact that they have the ball, we need to counter. Like, for example, the last game in Kansas City that they actually applied a different strategy when they came at BC Place. They didn't press us. They were much lower. So we need to add that on our team that we didn't have this year. And the second thing that I want to add is like to have a secondary structure. We had, I think we worked a lot on our back three and four midfielders, and it will be the starting point even next season. But there gonna be moment next season maybe that we have to play with a different structure, and we'll have time in preseason to identify which is gonna be our second best structure, and also to apply them when we think that we're gonna need it.
Yeah, I've always liked three at the back. Whenever the Whitecaps have played it in the past, it's been disastrous. It's just never worked out. But the 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-3 or however you want to brand it.
3-4-1-2. I call it 3-4-1-2.
Yeah, it works good, and I like it. And I guess if you do play that constantly, teams are going to work out ways to negate it. So you have to get another structure.
Yeah.
The other thing as well that I guess folk are wondering is, this season, was it magic in a bottle? Did you just happen to come in at the right time and ignite everything being back at BC Place? Do you feel that pressure that because you did so well in year one, folk are now expecting you to do even better in year two?
Yeah, a little for sure. And it's a little scary, but it's also beautiful. And so I'm actually looking forward. And I think that the key is to keep having this relationship with the fans, is to show the fans that we're still that team, that relentless team that wants to win every game, especially at BC Place. I think that that's the key. But I feel a little bit the pressure. I went to a Canucks game a few days ago, and a lot of people recognized me on the stands, and they were always saying, "Oh, next year," and it's beautiful. But then I was talking to my wife and say, hey, hopefully next year is going to be good. But
I know that the fan base here can be very fickle, as I'm. Hopefully, you don't find out. So, looking at the squad, then, I don't know how much you want to say, but for me, where it fell down a lot this year, I felt was in the middle of the park. And I know we didn't have Kyle for a big spell of that, and Vite just hasn't even had a chance to kick a ball yet. It just feels that with the formation that you like to play, trying to fit the offensive pieces that you've got into that formation, along with having sort of defensive structure with the wing backs, it doesn't leave a lot of room in the middle of the park. But it also feels that in the middle of the park is where we were maybe the weakest area this year. We just maybe didn't have enough creativity at times early on. When Ryan came in, obviously things changed in an AM role. But the kind of the destroyer, the long balls forward, do you feel that that's what Kyle's going to add? Or do you feel that is an area that you are needing to strengthen a little bit?
Well, Kyle is, again, it's a different player. First of all, when we talk about middle of the park, I'm talking about the two midfielders on the four, right? Because Ryan, I consider Ryan an or the number 10 an offensive player. So the middle of the park, like if we talk about the last game that we played under me, is where Rusty and Leo, they were playing.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Then Genio played, Baldi played too.
Like your traditional 6 and 8s.
Yeah. So I believe that in my team, there's no 6, there's no 8. Both the player needs to be a 6 and an 8, because it's according where the ball is that either you are a little higher on the pitch or a little lower, and when you are defending, you are either the guy who presses or the guy who covers. It's according where the ball is. So both the players needs to be ready to do the number 6 and the number 8. Kyle, for sure, he has quality that no one else in the team in that position has. He can play that through ball forwards. That it's not in the technical quality of the other players. We have Leo that is very good at getting out of pressure with the 1v1, for example, and going to a breakaway. We have Rusty that is really good, is always pressing every ball and is always in the right position. And to be honest, he also showed that if we give him trust and if we give him the right structure, can be a guy that is also brings something offensively, because he scored goal, he made assists. So I think that with Kyle we are already having a different option. So we'll have of course, Kyle, we have to be sure that he's going to be fit and he's going to be ready tactically to play, because the most important thing is that the players need to do what the team wants. So it's not about the quality of one player, but it's about how do you fit inside the team. And so I think to give it to you, we don't need a revolution. So we signed the guy, a defender in the expansion draft, because we like him. Also, he can bring something that is different than the other side center back. But at the moment, we only had 3 side center backs. So Jake Nerwinski, Florian Jangwart, and Eric Godoy. With Tristan, we have 4 now. We had 4 for 2 spots, and we'll have competition, because that's what I wanted in the 3 months that I was in charge, and that's what happened. That's what will happen the next year. You won't see a starting 11. You will have hopefully you will have 18 starters.
Yeah, I think that kind of became clear as the season went on, that's how you view things. And in modern day football, I can't remember. A coach said to me once that in modern day football you have to have a squad now. You can't just have an 11. So, like Jake Nerwinski, you look at him now as a centre back as opposed to a right back. Yeah.
I can give you also a little I don't know, breaking news, and Dahome is a wing back. He's not a striker.
Oh, that's interesting, because I don't feel his defensive work has sometimes been the best.
I know, but it's what you said before. I think our best offensive performance were when Christian was a wing back, because we had in this way much more quality offensively because we had a player more. We could have played, sometimes we played Cavallini and Brian. Sometimes we played Daber next to Brian up top. I give you example. When we beat Austin, when we beat Portland, when we beat Dallas at home, I think that offensively they were our best performance. And of course, we'll need to work with him defensively. And it doesn't mean that he's going to play every game there. But in my mind at the moment, he's going to play a lot of games there.
Interesting. Because like when we signed Tristan Blackman, when I was looking at his stats, because obviously he played a lot as a right back, but he also played on the right side of a back three. So when I saw that, I was like, well, that's obviously perfect for us. But his offensive output hasn't been great in terms of assists and stuff. And I think for me, and you don't have to agree to this, but I think that's what's let Jake down as a right back before, is that his offensive output hasn't always been great. And it seems to have been a struggle that we've had with a number of our right backs and left backs in recent years, is they've just not had the assists or the goals that you look around the league and some of the other fullbacks are doing. But in this formation, it seems to fit. And I guess in this formation, you're needing these wing backs to be able to produce offensively as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the reason why, for me, Tristan and Jake are not wing backs or wide players. Are perfect to play the side center back role, because to play in that role, you need to be fast as a fullback and very good 1v1 defending, and not be scared to defend the space on your side. And I think Jake did a fantastic part of the season.
He really surprised me when he went into that position. I was like, wow, he's really good.
I always knew, because for me, that's his position. I always knew that he was that his position. And to play in the wide position, especially for us that we play with the back three, so you start with the higher, you need the different set of quality, and being good offensively, good 1v1, a good crosser, having the possibility even to score. We don't have it now because he was on loan, he went back, but having the quality of crossing of Bruno Gaspar, for example. But Javain Brown is a guy that can be very good. Guti is very well educated with his left foot. So Marcus Godinho is very good technically too. So I think that with the addition of Dajo in the mix there, like he already played, because I think he played half of the games under me as a wingback, half of the game as a striker. So instead of having 50-50, I envision next year to be kind of 75-25 at least, this percentage. That at least what we aim, because it would be, if we teach him and if we get a defensive structure that is sound with him as a wingback, it allows us to have one more offensive play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is fantastic. Last couple of things. Obviously, roster spots are at a premium at the moment. The guys that's out on loan helps, because before the signing of Tristan, I think it was 5 available spots. Now, I guess it's 4.
Yeah.
It's tough at the moment because you've got this new league coming in. You've got MLS Next Pro. So you've got that team now, that these young guys that need the minutes, they can play in that. But at the same time, it's like, are these guys then going to be taking up an MLS roster spot without really having a chance of seeing the first team?
I agree.
Whereas you could have other guys coming in that would maybe impact the first team. It feels like that's going to be a tough balance for you over the coming weeks and months.
Yeah, probably it's going to be the first year is going to be an adjustment, but long term, I think, and it's maybe it's a club decision, but let's say we're just talking soccer, me and you now, and I think that if you have the second team, you don't need a big roster in the first team. I think that you don't need 26, 27, 28 players. You need 2 players for each spot, 22, and then the other guys, they need to be academy guys that play in the second team. Because if not, which is the reason to have the academy and to have to have the second team. And of course, in this way also, you can also analyze who's going to doing very good in the second team and promote them to the first team. So of course, it's a thing that is going to be done in the next 1, 2, 3 years, because of course not having a second team before forced us to have a lot of players in the roster spot, because if someone happened, you had to have someone there ready to be there, even for training. But in the future, I think that having the second team will be ideal for the growth of the young players, ideal for the club, because we no longer will be forced to quote unquote bet on a player when he's 16, but we can wait a little bit because he has a second team contract and see if he's doing well to put in the first team. And then for the player, when he's gonna come to the first team, he's gonna be a real player on the first team, not the 20th player of the roster.
Yeah, I think that's what's been tough. Like a guy like, let's just say Cam Habibdallah.
Yeah.
Watched him come through the academy.
Everyone that came up from that signed the contract in the last few years, like Gianfranco Facchineri, Simon Colline, Damiano Peccile. It's really hard to come into a team and when there's already 20 players and find a way to be a starter or to be on the bench when you're 17 years old, when the coach is fighting for his job every week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be totally different, in my opinion. Now we're going to have those players playing, not signing an MLS contract immediately, but going to the second team, seeing them much better in the second team. And then now, okay, when they're ready, they come and they're going to be one of the 22, not the number 27, 28, or 29.
Do you think this will stop loan deals happening as much then? And that instead of loaning a guy to, say, a Canadian Premier League side, you're going to be like, I want to keep them close at hand so I can work with them?
For the young guys, yes, for sure. I'll give you an example. We have Matteo Campagna and Kama Mibula. We want them to be with our second team. We don't want them to loan them because we want them to see them in-house. And if they're ready, bring into the first team tomorrow, not next year. And but the loan will be always a solution for, I would say, kind of an older player that are not finding older. I mean, even if you are 23 or 24 and not 37, that you're not finding maybe a spot at this moment, but you can find something different somewhere else. I think that the MLS2 allows us to, or MLS Next Gen Pro, whatever it's going to call, allows us to make our players better, for sure.
The schedule's out. It's a weird schedule for me in that you've got chunks of games on the road and then chunks of games at home, and not. Do you like that, or would you rather have the old-fashioned home away?
I don't even like and dislike. I know it's MLS. What I like, that's I think only 5 games on Wednesday, and
4 or 5, yeah. And 2 on Friday.
There's a lot of normal week, so 1 game per. So I that's what I want. So you can prepare the game every time, and you can really make, I would say, educated decision on who's gonna play, who's not, and not doing things just because okay, you play there, so you don't play there in order to play there. That sometimes in MLS you need to do it. Personally, I like the fact that we don't have to play in Florida, so there's no 10-hour trip there. That can be always tricky. I'm a little bit sad that we play Chicago at home and we don't go to Chicago, because Chicago is my favorite city. And so there. But for the rest, it's okay. The only thing that I don't like, that we play both the first game and the last game away. I think that if you don't play the home opener, at least the last game you should play home.
Yeah, this is the first year we've never been aside from last year we were in Utah, but it's the first year we've never had a home game. And it's because they can't get BC Place, which is the frustrating thing. So it's weird to start on the road, but I agree with you. If you don't start at home, you should be finishing at home as well. Yeah. Do you have any concerns about the season getting disrupted by COVID? Maybe things changing, and are you prepared to be in charge of a team that might have to, say, be based in the US for a bit?
I hope not, to be honest. I hope not. I think in the last 2 years told us that it's almost silly to make long-term plans in this way. So we'll be ready to do everything, of course. But I'm confident that now, organizationally, both, let's say, MLS and club side, but also the government, everything, and the way that we are dealing with this pandemic is so, I would say, much more organized than before. We know much more things that I don't envision that we have to go away. So that's, but of course, if there's, we know that it's possible that again in March they say, hey, the season is stopped for 3 weeks and then you have to play 75 games in 3. We know, it is what
it's all really, I guess, on the border regulations and stuff just now.
Yeah.
So last thing, what does the next couple of weeks look like for you? Because we've had all the drafts this week. You've got a couple of weeks off before pre-season starts. You've got the super draft coming up. But what are these next couple of weeks going to look like for you?
Yeah, I would say resting a little bit. I was supposed to go on a trip, but with COVID and stuff, we decided to stay in Canada, and we don't want to put anyone on at risk or put us at risk to be stranded somewhere and not able to get back. So the next couple of weeks will be staying here, getting quality time with my wife and my cat too. And
see, she's become the star of the season.
And yeah, of course, having always this thought here about the season, and the scouting department and the sporting director are working even in the off season, because anything that can happen from the market, you need to be ready. And with the staff, will be 100% in, let's say, after the first days of January, preparing everything, preparing the load for preseason. I'm actually very excited, Michael. I'm really looking forward to start and to be in a new season, because last year was fun, and I want the fun keep going. So that's the thing.
Yeah, let's hope so. Thank you for your time as always, Vanni. Have a great Christmas period. Look forward to seeing you in the new year, and congrats on losing the interim tag, and good luck next season.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me anytime. I love this chat.
Fantastic stuff from Vanni Sartini there, and we will be back unpacking some of what he said there after this.
Hi, this is Flo Jungwirth, and you're listening to the AFTN Soccer Show.
Christmas, you are the gift for me. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas under the Christmas tree. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas, dream of nothing more. So dear Santa, when you've read my letter, please drop her at my door. I've been waiting, oh you now baby, for the snowman, you to return. So I'll hang the mistletoe and stand right here, cross my fingers, hope I'll get my wish this year. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas, you're the gift for me. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas under the Christmas tree. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas, dream of nothing more. So dear Santa, when you've read my letter, please drop her at my door. saving all of my kisses just to spend them on your sweet lips. So I'll decorate the place with light and cheer, knowing Christmas Day you will be standing here. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas. You're the gift for me. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas under the Christmas tree. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas. Dream of nothing more. So dear Santa, when you read my letter, please drop at my door. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas. Can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas. I can't wait to unwrap you at Christmas.
Welcome back to the AFTN Soccer Show on CITR Radio 101.9 FM. And it's the 2021 Christmas special here in the AFTN Soccer Show. And kicking off this part, it's a band that we love here. Steve and me, big fans of them. The Monkees. We talked recently about the sad passing of Michael Nesmith. That was a song from their 2018 Christmas album, and the only Christmas album that they ever brought out. I was amazed that they'd never brought out a Christmas album in the 60s, because you'd have thought they would have cashed in on that and made an absolute fortune.
I'm almost sure there was a Christmas episode, though.
There was Christmas episode. I think there was
because
two,
there was,
and they had a
was one
couple of
about-
Christmas songs.
Yeah, there was a Christmas episode that featured Peter. I think Peter was the main person in that Christmas episode, if I'm not mistaken. Him learning the meaning of Christmas or something. I can't remember. I just can't remember fully, but I think it was him. But yeah, so yeah, I'm right. You're right. I'm surprised that they didn't have a Christmas.
I mean, back then they had everything for the Monkees, from dolls to key rings and like anything you wanted Monkees wise. So to not cash in a Christmas album is incredible.
I wasn't big into Monkees like you guys were, but the one thing I share in common with you is I know what Steve has shared in the past is that my introduction to them was through Much Music.
Yeah.
That the show being on Much Music is the only way I never knew about them. But yeah, I was never like big into them where you guys are.
Well, that was their 2018 album, as I said, Christmas Party it's called, and that was a song, Unwrap You at Christmas. It's a song I had in my head this week as I was putting the rundown together, and it was annoying Caitlin as I was going around the house singing to her, which I thought sweetly, I just want to unwrap you at Christmas. But it got on her nerves after a while. But Christmas, it's about many things. And on this show, it's about unwrapping presents. So we open my presents at the start of this show. Now, in this part, we're going to open Zach's presents. So, anything you want to tell us, Zach, before we dig into them? Should we open them in any order?
Actually, wait. Actually, open your cards last. Actually, let's change
okay.
That. Open everything else first. Michael, go smallest to biggest, Michael. And Steve, you can just open yours.
I know what one of them is because it weighs a ton.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the first one here.
I'm opening mine at the same time. It's a legendary Revelations.
You don't have the one. You don't have the one, do you?
No, we don't have this one.
Okay, it's a bigger deck. It comes with 200 cards. It's got Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, War Machine, the Mandarin, and the Ten Rings.
It's super good timing because we're just getting back into playing this again just recently. So
it'll give you some good options.
Yeah, for sure.
Zach's given me a present that I would say is three inches tall, and it has so much sellotape on it I cannot open it.
It's very small, Michael.
I've got it. That's what Caitlin says to me all the time. Is it a Fredo the Frog? It's a Fredo the Frog! Was I talking to you guys about Fredo the Frog, or was it Caitlin?
Oh, I'm so excited. It's so funny.
I'll tell you why I'm so excited. It was Caitlin, I think, I told about this. So I used to have Christmas parties. They were legendary. And I think they were legendary.
Just like my gift to Steve.
Yeah. And one year, because we did a Nightmare After Christmas party one year. So we had a kind of horror theme. So one of my friends, John, got dressed as a ghost, which was basically just putting a sheet over his head, but then got quite drunk on Malibu, which is a coconut drink, and ran out into the street because we were on a main road, running around at 2 o'clock in the morning as a ghost just after Christmas. But one of the other Christmas parties I had, on the invitation it said everyone had to bring with them a chocolate frog. It ain't no party at my house without a chocolate frog.
Nice.
So it actually looks like a frog?
Yeah, it's Fredo the frog.
So Michael, maybe the next thing you should open is that like long, slender looking thing.
Oh my God.
This?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, the really long, slender thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta just need, after you open, I need to warn you about it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think I might know what this is.
Didn't you warn him before he opens it?
No.
It's a selection box. This is good because I was in Black Pudding Imports yesterday. I didn't buy anything like this. Ooh.
So it's a stocking. Now, when you look at the opening spot, you'll see that the tape is off. So either my wife or my daughter saw it in her house and started to go through it, but nothing's missing. Just so you know.
Awesome. It's a Cadbury's stocking selection box. Dairy Milk, Crunchy, another Dairy Milk, Double Decker, Twirl, and Whisper.
Okay, so Michael, now you open.
Are you in cahoots with my dentist, just to double check this?
No, your doctor. He told me you need diabetes.
My dad has that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's type 2 though, so it's okay.
Oh, it's better.
It's okay because in the hamper I sent him tons of sweet stuff. So,
okay, open the heavy thing next, Michael.
Not trying to get my inheritance early or anything.
Oh my God.
I know what the heavy thing is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you can open that one.
I'll just make sure I don't spill what I'm drinking here.
I'm glad you're wearing
probably why we should video and put these out as videos.
Yeah.
I'm in such anticipation. My face is right up at the camera.
Where's your rest of your present, Steve?
He just has one present and a card.
Oh! I was waiting for him to open more of his.
Steve can't do chocolate, Michael, remember?
Oh.
That's fine. I don't mind. I don't like it.
Oh, ho, ho.
I wanted bottles, but they only had cans.
Oh, cans are good.
Oh, look, Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
Yeah, I prefer bottles to butter.
I'm down to 2 cans of this, so that's great. Because they'll be gone over Christmas. Thank you.
And then the piece de resistance is the last wrapper thing. You know what it is.
You need a warning about this one too?
No. You know what it is, Steve.
Anyone fancy a chocolate digestive?
Oh.
I don't have any in the house, so thank you so much.
There you go. And then you can both open your cards.
Do you know, I just spent the voucher you gave me last Christmas when I met you yesterday. Because I'd ordered online and you couldn't use it online because they had been closed and they hadn't been up since they had reopened again.
There you go.
I met Zach yesterday because we were picking up Penny's ashes from the hospital, so it was nice to see Zach.
Thank you for the card. And then you also included some gift certificates to Toy Traders.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm actually going tomorrow, so I'll be able to use them right away.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, and I have a certificate for... Oh, they're doing a gift card now.
Yeah, they changed it. They changed it, Michael. They have actual cards.
Oh,
so maybe you can use that online. I don't know.
Oh, I probably can, yes. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Aw.
Thanks, Zach.
You're a great friend. So you, Steve, but...
I know, I feel bad because your gifts now are becoming very predictable.
Hey, that's fine. I was kind of thinking, I was like, oh, be good if there's some digestives in there because I don't have any. Because I went to get the mince pie or the gingerbread ones yesterday, but they were sold out.
Oh.
Also, the traffic in Langley, don't go during the day if you have to get back to Vancouver. I was 15 minutes late back to work.
Don't ever go to Langley. If
you were going to work?
Yes.
Don't ever go to Langley if you have to get anywhere else. Like if you're going to Langley,
I know that
expect
now.
to be gone for the rest of the day. You're done.
When we went to No Way Home, I forgot how bad the traffic was in Langley.
Yeah, Langley has got to be the worst traffic, like compared to everything else, and relatively, it's got horrible traffic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So thank you so much. We've unwrapped our presents. Let's unwrap now the Vanni Sartini interview, or unpack it at least. It was a very raw and honest interview. I thought, Zach. He's a guy that is just he's so easy to take to, and there's no false graces with him, and everything that he says you believe it, and it's coming from the heart, and you don't think he's sugarcoating anything or putting anything on. I know we joke about, it's my favourite interview, etc., but I genuinely enjoyed that. I just thought he was so honest, and it was just really, really nice to hear.
Yeah, I enjoyed listening to you talk to him, and I enjoy your interview style. Like I enjoy how you also ask some questions that are maybe bring a little bit of awkwardness or uncomfortability. No, yeah, I thought it was a really quality interview.
And that's just usually the chocolate digestive ones. in our Christmas special for the East Fife show, our new assistant manager, who we'd spoken to last year, he's a former player, we'd asked him questions about chocolate digestives, fish and chips and jam, and he took ages to answer, and he said at the end, "Man, that was the hardest things I've ever been asked in my life."
For me, the Sartini interview, you kind of expect that from him.
Yeah.
To be the honest and raw thing. The question I have was Mr. Whitecap on the line with you?
While he was,
asking?
yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
Typically he's like jumps in there sometimes and stops those questions, answers or be answered or whatever.
No, but me, he doesn't.
No, but sometimes he might. Like if it gets too raw or too honest, he might say you can't talk about that, like especially for transfers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if we started asking about, say, the women's scandal or stuff, it's a bit.
Yeah, for sure. And but overall, Sartini's is like that. He wears basically everything on his sleeve. His heart.
Yeah, that was the phrase I was waiting for.
Yeah, heart on his sleeve, brain on his sleeve, liver on his sleeve, kidneys on his sleeve. Everything's on his sleeve, basically. He's an open book.
And a medical journal as well, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But Stevie talked about like believing in himself, and that he basically bet on himself.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be a head coach, and he said he felt that him and his team, they were pretty sure that they had the job permanently after they beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
I was surprised that early, because I thought maybe after the Seattle and clinching the playoffs they thought then, but to think that it was Minnesota and after that he's like, yep, this is ours now. I love that confidence.
Yeah, but you have to expect that on any coach, even coaches that get fired are going to bounce back. They always have confidence in themselves. I think if you don't have confidence in yourself, whether you express it or not, you're not going to have a job in coaching or in the MLS. Can you imagine like somebody that doesn't have confidence trying to be a head coach? It's not going to happen. But the Minnesota game, I think for him, he's felt like they did everything they could at home to be in a position, and it was going to be a tough road slog, because I think it was last two games was it LAFC in Seattle? My mind's already failing me.
Yeah, LAFC away, Seattle at home.
Seattle at home. So I think they probably felt that those were going to be difficult games, but they were in a position with 2 games to go, and I think that's what. Maybe the people that maybe Axel told them, as long as you're in position by the end of the season where you can make it exciting for everybody, I think you have a good shot at it. Maybe he was discussed too before that. So I think a lot had to do with being in that spot, because where they came from to where they ended was fantastical. Yeah, and if they had missed it by a pointer here, I think he still might have got the job.
Yeah, you have to have confidence as a manager as well. You do have to believe in yourself, and it's like you've got to bet on yourself to get these positions. And he spoke about how he wanted to go into the under-23 role and director of methodology with a view to moving into being a head coach, and he's just done that journey a little bit sooner than he thought. Now, next season, Zach, he wants the team to be more aggressive, and he wishes he was more aggressive in that KC playoff game, which it's refreshing to hear him say that, because I know after some of Robbo's playoff defeats he felt the tactics were right, but I don't think they were. But he knows he maybe should have been more aggressive. He wants to improve the team and how they play in the opponent's half of the field, so that more of the play is in that end of the field and they're not reacting to what's happening in their end of the pitch. But he feels the team has an identity now, and I think that's definitely something that you can say about it, and it is something that Mark struggled to find for whatever reason here in his 2.5 years tenure, was just to try and stamp that identity on it, and I think we have it here now, Zach.
Yeah, I think on field formationally, They do have like a new identity that they haven't had before, but I think it was also, I think it was coming at the end. Did Dos Santos play 3-4-1-2 with Ryan? I think he did too, right?
Possibly.
I think it started there. But anyways, yeah, I think they have definitely a way they want to play, and I think that they like everything is set up in a way, such a way that they know they can see, like they've had some success with, so they feel confident in it, you know. As opposed to this is just the way we play because it's, you know, who we have, or it's what the coach wants or whatever. It's like I think they have some buy-in to this because they've sort of achieved something in the sense of making the playoffs. But what I liked more so about the whole identity thing, especially for like formation and tactical approach, is how he talked to you about how he knows they need to add to that. They need to have a secondary option, and how he seemed excited about, you know, being able to do that in a preseason so that they are not just a kind of a one note kind of team. Because I agree with you. I'm going to agree with him that, yeah, against Kansas City, they needed to play in a different way, and they kind of couldn't just do it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Steve, everyone is expecting the 3-4-1-2. So Vanni knows they have to get the second formation. He said for him, in that formation and the way that he plays in the midfield, there's no number 6s, there's no number 8s, that those two midfielders have to be both a 6 and both an 8.
Yeah.
How would you see another formation working out? You have to think flat back 4, but then how else would you go with that?
I would essentially, for me, it would be almost like you can do multiple things, but yeah, it'd have to be a flat back 4 with you know, one of the center backs who are kind of like a fullback, like for example, in new formation, maybe a Tristan Blackman moves to right back. One of the wingers moves back to fullback, and then you push the forward. And one of those strikers, like if you have Brian White, for example, and Diver Casido up top, maybe one Casido moves to wing, and then you have your middle 3 to play in the midfield. That's where I would see the formation. I think they could definitely transition into a 4-3-3 if they need to. That especially with those 6 and 8s that they have, that would be ideal, because then you could sit back with those two midfielders, or they could push forward in either way. And having a 6 and an 8 as one player is so vital, because it gives them more flexibility. The defenders are never going to know which one of them will move up moving forward and which one's going to sit back. So they're not able to, you know, paint it by the books or paint it by color or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, I found that really interesting, because the no, not a 6 and an 8, but 2 players who can both play both. I think that might be true in terms of what they actually do on the field, but I think that they have to be careful that they don't have like one of the players needs to have more of an ability to win the ball, right? Like, yeah. I think you, and again, no offense to him, and I know he did a lot of good things this year, but I don't think like Russell Tybert you can say he's the guy who's both a 6 and an 8, because Russell Tybert's not a 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he can do a lot of hard work in midfield, like Vanni talked about and stuff, but if you have him with, let's say, Caio Alexandre, right? The Brazilian, that to me, that doesn't work, because you don't have a real true ball winner kind of with them. So I'm happy for him to say, hey, my 6 and 8, you have to both do both jobs. But if one of them is not more primarily one and primarily the other, but able to do both, I think it's a bit of a mismatch, which is something I think we saw a lot of in 2021.
No, I think I feel what he means is that the 6 and 8 are not going to, the two midfielders are not going to be a pure 6 or pure 8, but they'll have abilities of all of those players. So they'll almost be like a jack of all trades instead of a master of one. But
that's the thing, though. A lot of people call Rusty a jack of all trades, and I don't think like him specifically can be your more primarily defensive one, right? Like, yeah, with the Caio, I think he has the ability to drop back and briefly do the role of a 6. You know what I mean? And interchange like that. But I think the person next to him needs to be more defensively focused. So like within the team, someone like Janio Bikel, you know what I mean? Like, yes, they can both play the 8, and they can both play the six, but one of them is obviously better at one than the other.
I personally don't see Bikel as an 8 at all. I think he's primarily a 6. I think Owusu is better off being a 6 and an 8, possibly.
Yeah,
potentially down the road.
I think Owusu seems to be the guy that Vanni likes the most out of those midfield bunch.
And Tiber for me is not a starting 6 and 8. He's a bench 6 and 8.
Yeah,
who can come off the bench. Yeah,
for sure. But I think I think all of us have said before, this is one of the places that they should seriously consider upgrading.
Yeah, and a couple of players he talked about positional wise. He considers Jake Nerwinski a centre back. He said he's not a right back. And Christian Dahomey is not a winger or a forward. He's a wing back.
Yeah. For me, those kind of comments make me think that Zach might have to re-gift your gift to him, to Vanni Sartini. Like Jake is definitely, for me, he kind of impressed me a little bit at center back. I don't think he's a full-time center back. I don't think he should be a starter. Dahomey, on the other hand, he's going to have to do a lot of work to put in the defensive side, or they're going to have to organize the formation so that he's protected defensively.
Yeah, I think that as much as playing a center back, especially in a back three formation, brought new life to Jake Nerwinski in his career in 2021, I think that comments like him only being a center back will ultimately see his options limited, both in Vancouver and in MLS in general, I think, in the years going forward. Especially when, like, if you look at Vancouver, just bringing in Tristan Blackman. But the comment I have a hard time with, yes, is Dahomey is a wingback. Number one, I can guarantee you that is not Christian Dahomey's desire to be primarily a wingback, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, and especially that he chose to speak about it so publicly in that way. I think that's kind of interesting, and I wonder how. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out in 2022, because I think he said to you, Michael, was it like he envisions him as opposed to maybe 50-50 being 75% a wingback and 25% a striker. Yeah. I don't think that's going to keep a Dahomey very happy for very long.
Hey, if he's in the team and he's performing, that's going to keep him happy. It's up to him to grasp this opportunity, but he is going to have to learn a lot about the defensive side.
Exactly, and it may help them going forward, like he talked to you about, and wanting to have, basically another attacking player on the field or whatever. But Steve's right. Teams are going to target that hard.
Yeah. Last couple of things.
It's a good movie, Hard Target, by the way.
I've never heard of that.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh. He spoke about, for him in this squad of 30, there's 22 first-team players, 2 for every position. And that's what he's thinking is his first-team squad. The other 8 will be with the under-23s and the MLS Next Pro side. And then if any of them show that they're maybe worthy of minutes in that, then they'll get maybe brought in for some time in the first team. Yeah, so he's looking to work on a smaller roster, really.
And the rest of the players on that roster, like the 23 to 30 or 28 or whatever, that kind of gives them motivation to show that they need to show something in order to get to that, break into that 22.
And it's what he said. With this new league, they don't just have to give these guys MLS deals for the risk of losing them. It's like now they can have this pathway through the under-23s into this and playing competitive games. Now, some might not want that. Some might feel that they're ready to run before they can walk. And we've seen that a number of times over the years. So that will be something to keep an eye on. And the final thing, Vanni talked about the fact that he knows he's under pressure for next season, and when people see him and stop him, it's like, oh, you're going to do it next season, you're going to do this. So he knows the pressure's on, but he also strikes me as someone that's going to thrive in that and love every minute of it. But I think you said this in the last show, Steve, at some point he's going to go on a losing run, which he hasn't had yet, and it's how he deals with that and how everyone around it deals with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's going to, like, we've seen definitely one side of Sartini, and it's a fantastic side of a winning streak, but losing also changes stuff. And it also, the dressing room has been fantastic during their winning streak. The dressing room changes when you're losing.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. they're going to go on a streak where maybe it's 6 winless or 4-game losing streak, and because it comes over a long period, like a month, like a 4-game losing streak could go over a month in the schedule, and so that's a long time to get people motivated and get them back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with Steve. It'll be interesting to see how Vanni responds when things don't go well, whether that's results or conflict in the team, again, whether it was positional or squad selection choices or whatever. It'll also be interesting to see how he handles multiple spinning plates. Like we talked about this before, in terms of he came in and he had like a singular razor sharp focus. It was win as much as you can to get into that playoff spot, to bring some joy to a not great season and horrible things happening outside of the pitch. And he did that. But again, he only had one thing to focus on. Now he'll have many more things to focus on. He'll have multiple things to focus on, including multiple competitions, and a preseason and maybe pandemic stuff. You never know. And
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the year kicks off for sure. But can't wait for next season. Can't wait to see Vanni get a full season in charge. And after we had chatted in that interview, I spoke to him about a couple of things I'd like to talk to him about next year. So he's so up for this. So we're going to have some fun chats with Vanni coming up next year. Looking forward to those already. Now, his successful season next year is going to rely on a lot of players, the whole team obviously, but there's going to be some key players that's going to really stand out for them. And one of them, of course, is designated player Ryan Gauld. We learned all about him in my quiz in part 1. Let's learn a little bit more about him now as we find out what it's like to have a Ryan Gauld Christmas. So Ryan, what is a typical Christmas like in the Gauld household for you?
Well, my brother's got 2 little kids, so the last few Christmases have kind of been more orientated around them. But yeah, we all just get together, open presents and, have the traditional meal. So it's a pretty, like, your standard traditional Christmas for us.
I take it you're not getting home this year, or are you able to get home?
Yeah. We're getting home next week. I think just in time with the new kind of COVID variant. But yeah, me and my girlfriend will head home next week, and then we'll just spend a couple of weeks with family for Christmas and New Year, and then we'll come back.
Fantastic. Is there a particular Christmas song that for you, when you hear it, that's Christmas?
The Pogues.
The
Pogues one for me. That's the classic Christmas tune.
Fantastic. So we'll play that on the show after we've played this little bit for you. So thanks for that.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, "Won't see another one." And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the windows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome,
You were pretty queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more.
Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night.
someone.
Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you.
I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. The boys of the NYPD chorus are singing "Go Away, Babe," and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Ryan Gauld chatting about all things with the Gauld family Christmas. Him and his girlfriend's back over in Scotland at the moment, so hopefully they're having some nice time over there. And of course we finished that segment with his choice of Christmas song, the classic Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. No relation. It's not Christmas without hearing one of those songs.
It's a favourite song of mine. Again, another Much Music shout out, because I would never heard of this song unless it showed up on Much Music years ago. But fantastic song. It actually, like, I don't know, I probably didn't mention this before, but I've been playing Christmas songs in the background during the show, and it just came on like 10 minutes ago. So it was good timing on that.
Nice. Yeah, afterwards I thought, I should have asked Ryan about the fact that he's not hearing this Christmas songs and stuff that he's used to, because there's so many songs that's played in the UK, as I've spoken about, that don't get played over here. But then he has been in Portugal for a long, long time, so I guess there's that as
and
well.
Also there's Spotify. Nobody listens to the radio anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We need some Santa Super Sleigh on this episode.
Is that from About a Boy?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, About a Boy, yeah. The Hugh Grant movie. I actually just watched that yesterday.
It's, what's his name? It's the Arsenal football writer dude.
I could play that song I was telling you about last week if you want. That could be the Christmas number one in the UK.
Oh yeah, no, let's not do that.
All right, okay then. Well, let's not do that, but tell you something we will do. It's time now for our second game of this episode, and this time it's Zach, as it's me against Steve Pander.
Okay, so because I'm from Sudbury, of course I have to go with a game of one of the greatest hosts in television, Alex Trebek. So we're going to play some Jeopardy. So I sent you a link in the chat.
Oh.
Okay. Now here we go. So team number one. Who wants to be team number one?
Steve can be team number one.
Sure.
Okay, so Steve, choose a category and choose.
I'll go Canadian men's national women's team for 100.
So some of these are really easy.
So what do we have to do to answer them? Like just say our name, or
I think you just have to say it aloud. So click on it once, Michael. Okay, here we go. This is the number of medals the men and women have won at the Olympics combined.
Is this just for Steve, or do I get to? Can I?
No, this is just for Steve.
Oh, okay.
What is 4?
And Michael, you can hit the space bar, I think.
Oh,
it is 4 is correct. 3 for the women, 1 for the men, in like a long, long time ago.
I thought it was all the women.
Okay, so he's got okay. Here we go.
I will
Michael.
go Voyager.
So let's just tell the listeners. Our categories are Bayern Munich, Bundesliga, Canadian men's and women's national teams, Voyageurs Cup, Cascadia Cup. I'm not sure why there's an accent on Cup and Cascadia Cup, but whatever.
Oh yeah. I will
some of these I have to. There's some of these. There's images that go with them.
Oh, okay. Voyageurs Cup for 300.
Guess on this.
Okay, so this says I have to move things about. Hold on. There we go.
I'll read it. This is the club who have won the competition the most and the number of times they have won it.
Voyagers Cup.
Yeah. What is Toronto FC and 9 times?
And you can click spacebar to see. What is Montreal Impact and 11 times?
Oh.
So I don't know how we get say you get that wrong. I don't know how we do that.
Well, I just don't add any points to my
total. We'll not do minus. Just leave it at plus.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm meant to have minus.
Well, let's do minus.
Yeah, let's do minus.
Minus 300.
I was going to say leave it.
There.
Okay, I'll do...
I haven't watched Jeopardy for years. I don't even know what the rules are.
I'll do men's and women's for 200.
National Steve's on a roll. This is the number of goals scored in open play by the Canadian women's national team in the knockout stages of this summer's Olympic tournament.
I don't even think they had one. I'm gonna say what is 0.
Okay, spacebar, Michael, or you can. What is 0? Good job, Steve.
That was for 200.
Yeah, it does it on the sweet. This is actually pretty good.
I will go Voyagers Cup for 400.
Okay, click on that. This is the only Canadian Premier League side to. Oh, so I sort of say it's supposed to say to make the final.
Oh, that's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's Forge FC.
Who is Forge FC?
Oh, it is right, but you didn't form it in the.
Yeah, question. I was going to say that, but I don't want to miss.
No, forget it. It's okay. Keep the.
So hit plus on yours, Michael. Hit plus on yours.
Woohoo! I'm back to 100. Yeah, this is good.
I'll do the women's national team.
300.
It's men's and women's together. Okay, here we go.
Is it 300 you want?
Yeah.
The number of places the Canadian men's national
I just saw this today.
I just got an email about it.
2020.
Yeah, so did I. I'm just trying to remember. They ended at 40. When did they?
Where did they start?
Oh, they ended at 40. I think it was like in the 70s. I'm gonna track it. I saw the email today. 78.
So what? How many? What? How many places
78 minus 40, 38. What is 38?
I would say what is 32. So let's.
What
see.
is 38?
Steve is correct.
Oh.
Steve's just rocking it. Steve's chose a good category.
I just saw the email. I like Zach. Was it today or yesterday the email came in?
Where you going, Michael?
I'm so far behind. I'm going to go Voyagers Cup 500.
Okay.
I'm going to regret this.
Notice I was missing
the all-time leading scorer in the competition with 11 goals, who is from Sanctus Spiritus, Cuba.
What's his name?
I
know who it is. I can picture him. It's an easy one. Whitecaps, 2008, 2009. Went to Montreal. Can't for the life of me remember his name.
You need this, Michael.
I know I need
Cuba.
this.
He's from Cuba.
I've got Joey Jertson's name in my head and it's not him.
He's from like Cascadia.
I know.
Or California.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Should I put a time limit on this?
No, I give up. I can't remember his name.
Who is Steve? Do you know it?
No, I don't.
Who is Eduardo Sabrango?
Oh, yeah.
Michael just went down. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I usually like that as well, but wow.
Should I put a timer on though?
I'll go 400. My national team 400.
National team's 400. Michael, I don't know why you're not stopping him. The number of goals scored by the Canadian men's national team in 2021, which was the highest total amongst men's national teams in this year.
Oh, I'm not going to get that.
Oh, really? I saw this thing and I was sharing it.
That's in my rundown for end of year chat.
I didn't read it.
Oh, so you know this, Michael?
I can't remember it.
It's a high number, probably.
Yeah.
What is 51?
I think something like what is 42?
Yeah.
Oh, 55.
55.
So Steve loses the points, and now it's close again.
Oh.
Okay.
What's 600?
Right. I am. Oh, now do I want Bayern Munich for 500? I'll go Bayern Munich for 300.
Of the 3 primary competitions, League, Cup, Europe, this is the only one I have never supported Bayern at in person.
Cup.
What is the Bundesliga?
Oh, really?
Yep. I've been to the Champions League final. I've been to the Cup final.
I knew you'd been to Champions League. Ah, disappointing.
That I thought was an easy one. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with 500. I'll finish the
Canadian men's national team for 500. Here we go. She is a 3-time Olympic medalist from the place I live, and some consider her to be
Abbotsford.
holy.
Abbotsford. Oh, holy Schmidt. Sophie Schmidt. Well, who is Sophie Schmidt?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a pretty easy one.
Yeah, you should have put that. You should have put the 50. You should have put that. You should have put the 55 one as a 500 question.
Okay, I am going to go because I'm way behind here. No, actually. Oh, I've got a new game plan. Voyagers Cup 100.
This is the number of times Vancouver Whitecaps FC have lifted this fan-created trophy.
What is sadly one?
What is one? You are correct, Michael. Good job.
I'll go Voyagers Cup for 200.
Oh, he's stealing Michael's. The range of funds raised by supporters to create this beautiful trophy.
That's impossible.
So if you get anywhere in the range, we'll count it.
That's for 200.
That's a hard question for 200. I'll say $800. I don't know.
Michael, you want to get?
It's a long time ago.
3,500.
Oh!
Oh man,
3,500 to 4,000. Okay, so
he took my question.
Okay.
Okay, Cascadia Cup 100.
Okay. This is the person who accompanied Michael and I when we drove down the Cascadia Cup to Portland in 2009.
Well, that's an easy question.
Who is Ricky Pack?
I kind of wish Steve had got that one.
I wouldn't have got that at all.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to eat my Fredo
plus,
frog.
You got a plus. You got a plus. Did you plus that?
I did. Yeah, I'm just that far behind.
Oh, I'll do a Bayern Munich for 100.
So just to if anyone's still listening to this, Steve is plus 500. I'm minus 500.
It's okay.
So you went Bayern Munich for what?
100.
Oh, I thought you said 500.
No, 100.
In his 3 years at the club, this defender has scored 5 goals. 2 of them coming against Mainz 05.
And I'll say, who is Alphonso Davies?
That would have been my guess as well.
That is correct. Who is Alphonso Davies? Good job, Steve.
Bayern Munich 500.
Oh, the number of minutes it took Robert Lewandowski to score 5 goals after coming on as a second-half substitute versus VfL Wolfsburg in September 2015.
What is 14?
I was going to say 11. I was going to say 11.
That was a harsh one for you, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm
just enjoying my Fredo frog.
I'll go Bayern 200.
This player scored the first Bundesliga goal at the Allianz Arena in August 2005. Less than 2 years later, he was transferred to Steve's Manchester United.
Oh, I don't even remember who was transferred in 2005. That's a long time ago. That's when I kind of got away from football. No, I have no idea. I don't recall a transfer.
Michael, do you want to guess?
I'll say, and it's, damn it. I honestly, you could beep this one.
The correct answer is, who is Owen Lee Hargraves?
Oh, yeah, I don't even recall him. I kind of blocked him out.
Right. Cascadia Cup 200.
The name of the chant Pedro Morales tried to lead in this photo. Hang on. I'll show a photo on my screen.
I can't see your screen.
No, like you. Oh, can you not see me on the side of your screen?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Michael, can you see this?
Hold on, I've shut down videos. What is the Humber?
You are correct, Michael. So that's 200 for Mike. Michael's getting back in. Come on, Mike.
Yeah, hold on, I've got so many things on my screen here, I'm having to shut things. So, I'm at minus 800 now. I don't have to give you $800, do I?
No. I'll take Bundesliga for 100.
This rule ensures that supporters have significant influence in the running of their clubs.
50 plus 1. I hear Zach talking about it all the time.
Yes.
What is 50 plus 1?
Not the score that I am on at the moment.
Did you add Steve's?
I did.
Okay.
Cascadia Cup 300.
His 3 goals made him this year's competition Golden Boot winner.
Who is Freddie Montero?
I'm looking for a more specific answer.
Who is Freddie fucking Montero?
I'm looking for a more specific answer.
Who is the Colombian?
Who is the Colombian?
Oh, that was a good one for me. There's only 1,000 in it now.
Okay, I'll take for 200 Bundesliga.
Bundesliga 200. Okay. This is the year that the first Bundesliga match was played.
This is should be a higher.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Seth.
The 200 ones are tough. I've figured out.
I'm gonna guess it's after World War II. So I'll say 55 random number.
What is 1963?
Oh.
I went during my first time going to Germany was during the 40th anniversary.
Okay.
Now, decisions. I am going to say Cascadia Cup 400.
Oh, and I got another picture for you. This is the hotel the Cascadia Cup spent its first night after Vancouver supporters reclaimed it in Portland in 2013. So it's a Portland hotel.
It's a Portland hotel.
It's kind of well known. There's kind of two you should probably be choosing from.
I only stay at the Mark Spencer when I go down there.
I'll tell you this, it's definitely not that.
A famous Portland hotel. I don't know. What is the Astoria?
It's close. What is the Ace Hotel?
Oh, it's full of ace holes there.
That's where Weber stays.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on minus 900. Steve's on plus 300.
There's still a chance.
I'm going to go Bundesliga 300.
The all-time leading scorer in the Bundesliga netted 1 goal for each day of the year.
It's nobody recent. The only guy I can think of, because I think isn't this a record that Lewandowski, Gerd Mueller or something like that?
Oh.
Because it broke Lewandowski.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, Gerd Mueller.
Who is Gerd Mueller?
Oh.
365 Bundesliga goals.
Well
done. He's the one that Lewandowski broke the record up for Bayern.
Yeah, for goals in a season. And goals in a year, too.
Okay.
Michael,
I will go Cascadia Cup 500.
The record holders of this fan-started competition.
Who are... It's not a joint answer, is it?
I do not believe so.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to go. Who are Vancouver Whitecaps?
Final answer here.
I was going to say Seattle.
Ah. That one did you in, Michael. Okay, go down.
Okay. I'll go Bundesliga 400.
This club, also known as the Billy Goats, won the first ever Bundesliga title.
Oh, I think this is the team De Jong played for, but I don't remember. Because I remember a goat in the thing, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I don't know this one. I'll tap out. I'll say Frankfurt.
Yeah, pick a team.
Frankfurt.
Michael, guess a team. Who are the Billy Goats?
Who are Gruff FC?
Who are 1 FC Köln?
Is Köln German for gruff?
No.
Oh, okay.
So did De Jong play for this team or no?
No, he played for Augsburg.
Oh, Augsburg. Okay. I don't know why I thought this was it.
Okay.
I thought there was a Canadian played for a GOAT team.
I will have Bundesliga for 2,000, please.
For 500, Michael, this is another picture one. This is the logo of the current Bundesliga cellar dwellers.
Well, I don't have a camera.
Can you see that?
No. Oh.
It's a cloverleaf.
Yeah, it's a shamrock.
Oh, shamrock, yeah.
Who are the onions from Berlin?
No. What is SPVGG Greuther Fürth?
I don't know what is SPVGG Greuther Fürth. I have never seen or heard that name in my life before
It's only
today.
their second time, Michael. It's only their second year being in the Bundesliga ever, and they have yet to win a home match.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll take 400.
How have you got a question left? Oh, it's because it's 25 questions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Michael. The number of times Bayern have won the European Cup / Champions League.
I'll say, what is 5? I think we're going to both finish.
What is 6?
Oh, 6. So
Oh.
we both finish in the minus.
Yeah.
So it's minus 200 to minus
1900. I
I'm
did
sorry.
well though. I didn't make any Nazi jokes, and there was 2 categories on German stuff.
That's a plus 1600 for you. So we're
I
really
didn't
close.
I didn't make a question at the end where you're supposed to like bet all your money, but
Okay, I'll bet my minus 1900.
I think we'll say Steve won that.
Yeah, I think we can also say I don't know much about football if it's not about East Fife or the Whitecaps.
Well, we'll see about that.
That was fun making that. I'm glad I made that.
That was good. Fantastic stuff. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that at home, and hopefully you did better than we did during that. We've got one more part of the Christmas special to come. We've got Steve's presents, we've got Steve's game, and we've got some fun music and some fun audio for you to listen to as well. And we'll be back with all of that after this.
Hi, I'm Steve Archibald. You're listening to AFTN Soccer Show.
Welcome back to the final part of the AFTN Soccer Show 2021 Christmas Special, broadcasting on CITR Radio 101.9 FM. And kicking off this part is another former Artist of the Month. This time you've got to go way back to May 2020 for them. Out of Wales, Super Furry Animals with a song from their 2007 album Hey Venus. That was The Gift That Keeps Giving. And I played that because, talking of gifts that keep on giving, regular listeners to the show will know that over the course of the year, Steve's Christmas presents from last year The box of 2011 MLS Upper Deck trading card packs was the gift that kept on giving for us this year. We opened a pack a week over the course of the season. And then as we were opening it, Zach and myself were putting together our best starting 11 for who we thought had the best team. So we're going to tell you who our final selections were just now. And then we'll get a graphic drawn up and then we'll put this out for a vote onto Twitter. So Zach, let us know who your starting 11 is.
Okay, my starting 11, and I'm playing with a sort of like a 4-4-2 with sort of a diamond. But my starting keeper is at the time Toronto's Stephen Fry. My center backs are going to be Jay Demerit and Rafael Marquez. My right back is Jimmy Conrad, and my left back is Jordan Harvey. Then in my midfield is we're gonna call it it's sort of a diamond.
In the rough.
Yeah, actually, well, these are the four players. Maybe it's more like a
start out as a diamond and move around.
Yeah, well, actually, it's kind of two holders, and I guess I could put those guys wide. But anyways, it's Kyle Beckerman, Osvaldo Alonso, David Beckham, and Javier Morales from Real Salt Lake. And then
Osvaldo Alonso just joining Atlanta United today.
Oh, I did not see that.
Free agent.
And up top, I have Titi Henry and Kai Kamara.
Well, I've gone for a 4-3-3, you could say. In goals, it's Nick Rimando. Legend. It's quite a legendary team I've got, actually. So in goals, Nick Rimando. Right back, Zarek Valentin. He was at Chivas at the time of the cards coming out. My centre-back pairing, Chad Marshall and Marvell Wynn. You wouldn't really want to go up against them. And my left back is Chris Tierney. My midfield, I've gone for a defensive midfielder, Jeff Larentovich. Central midfielder, Roger Espinoza. And an attacking midfielder, Dwayne Di Rosario. Try and fit them in your midfield when you've got a forward line of Chris Wondolowski, Jeff Cunningham and Landon Donovan. Three heavy hitters there. Luck of the draw from the packs, but obviously a couple of very unlikable players I've got in there.
Sorry, just to clarify too, mine's going to be actually a 4-3-1-2. So I'm going to put Beckerman, Alonso, and Beckham across the middle with Morales in front of them.
Mine's a bit of a mystery, and it's just, on you go, lad, see what you can do. Get as many attacking pieces on the pitch as you possibly can.
No MLS manager would coach like that.
The one thing I could say is that definitely Zach's going for the Whitecaps vote, while he's going to lose the Irish vote because of putting Thierry Henry.
Yes,
on the
Joe Deasy will not be voting for you.
I'm sorry, Joe.
And the one matchup I see very favorable in Michael's side is the Marvel Win and Chad Marshall versus Kai Kamara and Thierry Henry, because Win's more of a dynamic center back who could probably hang with Henry, while Marshall's that physical center back that can handle Kamara. So
and Marvel's quite physical as well at times.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He might make Henry cry.
Marvel has pace, but he's not at the standard that.
No, you're right there. But he can hang with Henry a little bit here and there.
Hang tough.
And if the game's played on pitch, like AstroTurf, then Henry's not going to play.
Yeah, we'll make sure it is, obviously. So Zach will have to draft in someone else. So yeah, we'll draw a little graphic up. We'll put that out. You can have a vote. We'll see who it is. I'll try and get my voting people out in the rest of the North America to get their votes in. But that was the gift that keeps giving. That was the Super Furry Animals that kicked off this part. They also have a song from their 1997 album Radiator called Calimero, 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 about the little chicken with the egg on his head that we spoke about. It's an injustice, it really is. And I mentioned that next time I spoke to Vanni Sartini, I was going to ask him about that Italian cartoon to see what memories he had of that. So let's hear what memories he has of Calimero and also his Christmas time memories as we talk now about a Vanni Sartini Christmas. So what is a Sartini family Christmas usually like? Whether back home in Italy or whether you're over here, what's your normal kind of arrangements for that?
If I'm home, it depends. It depends if it's an even year or an odd year, because me and my wife, we are not. I'm from Florence. My wife is from a town that is kind of a couple of hours far from Florence. So we, at the beginning when we went together, we actually tried to do I don't know how you say everything. So we were doing lunch in a family, taking the car 2 hours, and dinner with the other family. But it was a disaster for our body, where we ate too much and everything. So after a few years, we decided, okay, we do 1 year with my family, 1 year with her family. So if it's with my family, it's normally I'm very lucky because my grandma is still alive. So it would be at my grandma's house, having dinner with my family. During the day, going to the houses of maybe uncles and aunties that you don't see very too much. But my family, both on my mom and dad's side, they all live in Florence, in a certain part of Florence. So it's like very easy to go by and in a day to say hello to everyone. So it's a lot of espresso cups, a lot of prosecco, a lot of food, and at the end we close with a game that in Italy we call the Mercante in Fiera. It's a card game where you basically hold some cards. It's like they're very similar to tarot's card, and there's another deck with the same amount of card, and the guy who is in charge is take off the card, and if your card arrives, you're eliminated. And at the end, the card that stays wins everything. But during the game, you can sell and buy the card of the other players and try to do like kind of a market. And all the money that you do between sell and buy at the end is the prize and winning. So it's like a tradition in my family. It's in a lot of family in Italy, to be honest.
Ah, that sounds fun. And I've only been to Florence once, but what I remember of it was it's a small city for getting around. It seems a good city for that. Is there any kind of special Christmas song or Christmas music that whenever you hear it, to you, that's Christmas?
There's a lot of, there's a couple of things that for me that say, oh, it's Christmas season. It's like, since when I'm young, there's some brands in Italy that they do the same Christmas song for their commercial on TV. So something it's Christmas. And then there's 2-3 movies that are always on TV the night before Christmas, of the day of Christmas, that are in Italy. We say that it's not Christmas if you don't see, I don't know the English word for the movie. You know that movie with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, then they swap place. And,
Trading Places, yeah.
Trading Place is the Christmas movie in Italy. Yeah,
I love that movie. That's an all-time classic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it is kind of, there's snowy bits in that. Well, that's good to know. Well, I hope you have a good Christmas with you and your family this year.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's going to be in Vancouver, but hopefully...
Yeah, I mean, Vancouver is going to be like a Zoom call with the family. Actually, it's another tradition that I have with my friends that we've been friends for almost 30 years now, since we were in high school, that we always get together the day before Christmas for lunch. So I'll have a Zoom with them, waking up at 3 a.m. because it will be 3 a.m. here, but it's okay.
Yeah, it looks, the forecast for next week, it's got snow forecast round about Christmas. Beautiful. So, hey, might get a white Christmas.
Beautiful.
Since we were talking about TV, I want to ask you this. Do you know, I'm assuming you will, the children's TV cartoon Calimero?
Yes, it's
I was talking to the guys on the show about it because I thought if anything went wrong for you this coming season, I was going to play him going, it's an injustice. And they'd no idea what I was talking about. So I thought the next time I speak to you, I've got to ask what your thoughts on Calimero are.
Yeah, it's a very traditional. It's very old. That was a show when in Italy, well, even before when I was very little, even before I got burned, that we had only public television, and it was allowed to have commercial only for 30-40 minutes. And the commercial they were doing with some comic bits or a cartoon, and Calimero was a cartoon for a commercial, and at the end he was doing it. It's an injustice about it. So it's an iconic character in Italy. Yeah,
we had it bizarrely translated into English. It was on TV all the time when I was a kid. I don't know why, but I loved it. Vanni Sartini sharing some thoughts there on Christmas back in Florence, his traditions with his family. A fun game that his family played there. I wouldn't mind having a shot at that myself. And of course, now we've got him talking about Calimero and It's an Injustice. So we've got our soundbite for next season. If we get screwed over by VAR or the MLS refs, I don't know why I said if. When we get screwed over by the VAR and the MLS refs, we've got that now. So not much more of the Christmas special to go, but we do have time for two more exciting things. And the first of those is Steve's game for Zach and myself to play. And I can't do any worse than I did with Zach's game.
And this is like Zach had it for what matters to him. I decided to go in the giving spirit. What matters to you guys? So Mike, these are 5 questions for each of you. So I've gotten 5 questions for Michael's East Fife team, and I've got 5 questions about Zach's Bayern Munich team. And there's a question from the 70s, 80s, 90s, aughts, and the 10s or whatever they call it now. So a question from each.
I'll struggle in the 10s, as we've discovered on my East Fife show.
So let's do. Who wants to go first? Any preference?
I like to come second.
Okay, so I'll go Zach then. Go first this time. So Zach,
doesn't happen very often.
First question: in 1977, after a lackluster year, Bayern swapped manager Dieter Kramer to which Bundesliga club in return for Gailak Laurent? So they swapped managers, and I want to know what team they swapped managers for.
Wow.
So the main rival at the time was Borussia Mönchengladbach, but I can't see Gladbach switching coaches with them, and I don't think that was Gladbach's coach at the time. Kramer, I know the name.
Can I guess if he's wrong?
If you want to.
Yeah.
I didn't make multiple choice on this one. So
that's fine. I'll just guess an answer.
I'm not going to get this right. I'll say they weren't that big then, though.
It's a team well known now. I don't know how well they are known back then, but I've heard of this club.
Don't help him.
Yeah, I this is not right, but I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund.
It's wrong. It's Eintracht Frankfurt.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get my guess.
Oh, sorry about this.
That's okay, because I was going to say Dortmund or Borussia Mönchengladbach. So Frankfurt was the third team I thought of.
I knew it wasn't Gladbach.
Okay. So Zach, Michael, your question for the 70s. After Pat Quinn, not the Pat Quinn that coached Vancouver Canucks here, after Pat Quinn was dismissed as manager following poor results, who was famously picked as the East Fife team who was famously picked as the manager for the East Fife team that beat Rangers at Ibrox on 13th October 1973?
Frank Christie.
Of course he knows this.
No, it's Alex Doig, the kit man.
Oh.
It was a trick question. Okay.
I just knew Frank Christie took over from Pat Quinn. Boo.
Good job, Steve.
These are random questions I picked up.
No, that is a good one.
Okay.
That's a famous story. I had completely forgotten about that.
Okay, so Zach, 1980s. Who was Bayern's captain in 1983?
Oh my goodness. Okay. He came then, but Lothar came then, but he wouldn't have been the captain in '83. I'll say, did he leave? He left. When did he leave? I'm going to guess. Oh no, yeah, he was gone. No, okay. I'm going to say Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
Yeah, you got it right. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
The 80s should be my era. 80s and 90s. I should be good here.
So I hope this is I really picked random questions out of each decade. In February 1987, Dave Clark left East Fife to take over as manager of which club?
Falkirk.
That's correct.
We hated him for doing that.
So back to Zach. Here it is. Which midfielder had 10 Bundesliga goals in 92-93?
Was he back from his time with Inter yet? See that I want to say Lothar Matthäus, but I don't know if he was at Inter that year. He was back in 94 for sure. Whatever. I'll just say Lothar Matthäus.
It's wrong. It's Christian Ziege.
Oh, Christian Ziege.
Ziege, sorry.
Yeah, he's more like a left winger, left back. But
it said midfielder, so
I'd say midfield.
Okay, next question for Michael. We're in the 90s now. In the last match of the 93-94 season, East Fife needed to avoid defeat against which team to ensure that the following season of the club would be played in the second division and not the third?
Alloa Athletic.
Yeah, you got that right.
Of course.
I was at that game.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're into...
See, I told you. Ask me about East Fife and I'll get all my questions right.
We're into the 2000s, the millennium. I don't know if you were at this match or not, but who scored the fastest goal in UEFA Champions League match in 10 seconds, in the first 10 seconds, on March 7th, 2007?
I'll be really disappointed if I get this wrong. I believe it was Roy Mackay.
That's correct.
Was it against Real Madrid, I think?
Oh, I didn't look into that much.
Yeah, I think it's Real Madrid.
So you got two, I think, and Michael has two as well.
I have two as well.
But he has a question still.
Yeah. So in the
this is where I'll start to get patchy since I left in 2007.
This is before that.
Yes.
Towards the end of 2001-2002 season, new signing Gordon Gilbert put in a number of good appearances. In which country was Gilbert born?
South Africa.
You got that right. So three.
I have to get this right to have a chance.
Okay, so this is obviously in the tens or whatever you call them, 2010s. Which player led Bayern with 18 league goals in 2013 and 2014?
Oh, I don't want it. This is the oath, I think. Hang on. 2012, 2013?
2013, 2014.
Oh, 2013, 2014. I think we got rid of the oath by then. 2013, 2014. 2013.
Yep. I think we've established it's 2013.
I'm just saying because Lewandowski wasn't there yet. I think he came the year after.
Yeah, it was 18 goals. 18 league goals, by the way. 18 league goals.
It might be
not in all competitions.
It might be River Rob. I'll say Arjen Robben.
No, it's Marko Mandzukic.
Oh, Mario Mandzukic.
Mario, sorry.
You Germans with your Aryans.
Okay, last question, although Michael wins this. In January 2015, which former Real Sociedad player made his debut for the Fifers?
I can never pronounce his name.
Neither could I when I saw the answer.
Yeah, he was at university in Edinburgh, and he got in touch one day and said, "Can I come and train with you?" And the guys are like, "Fucking hell, he's really good." It's got Z's and L's and lattes and stuff in it. I can't remember his name. It's got an X and
yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I think I know who you know it is. It's I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this either. It's Julian Extra-Bagurin.
Yeah, something like that.
That's probably totally
Michael won anyways.
He was one of the best players to ever.
The fact that you couldn't pronounce it, I give you a point for that. That you couldn't pronounce it.
Gordon Gilbert guy. We were just talking about that on the East Fife Christmas special because we had a song for him because he ran in a very unique style. So our song was, because it was Gordon Gilbert, so it was like, Gilberto, oh, Gilberto, oh, he runs like a newborn foal. He sometimes scores the odd goal. Gilberto.
Okay, so
When
you
they
guys
play
could-
for Kaiser Chiefs.
Oh, really?
The
Nice.
team, not the band.
Not the band, yeah. So you guys are gonna open the gifts now.
Oh, I forgot. There's more. There's gifts. Here we go.
Does it matter who opens first?
I think Michael should open his first.
Okay, mine says my card says Zach from Steve.
Oh, I don't do cards. I find I'm anti Hallmark kind of card.
So you can see Bayern went from Mario Mandzukic is like not even 20 goals a year.
Oh no. I think what oh no.
Do I
Can you
have
show that? Can
do I have the
you
wrong
show
gift?
that in the camera? Oh no, I gave the oh damn it. It's I gave you the Star Wars Lego set. Oh no.
I opened it up and I was like,
No, actually, no, that's a gag. Your
it's
gifts are
inside.
actually below. Your gifts are below. There's more in the bag. That was a gag gift.
oh, what's in it?
It's a Lego. I'm gonna need that back. That's my kids. But it's not a rush. I can pick that up.
That's a really good set from Rogue One.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may have broken this now.
It comes broken.
Oh,
Some assembly required.
It's in thousands of pieces here.
Tank.
I nearly opened it.
Okay, good thing you did it. No, yeah, it's not a gift for him. It's just his old one. He's never opened it.
Is it worth money on eBay?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's not. No,
Oh,
it's
it
not.
is.
No, it's
It
not.
is, Michael.
I'm gonna need it back, please.
Thanks, Steve. I've always wanted that. Okay, I'm opening the thing in red.
And I hope you
got-
didn't
got
get
Kirk's
this for
attention.
yourself.
You got Kirk's attention.
I hope you didn't get this for yourself.
I haven't, but Lee that did the podcast with me tried to order it for me, and there was problems with it arriving, so it never arrived.
Oh, okay, good. So tell him what you got.
Oh, this is awesome. So I've got, it's no point me holding it up, is there? I got the Ultimate East Fife FC quiz book, which may explain where you got some of your questions
I
from.
did.
It's called U2, U2B, U2B Pfeiffer. And this is a book that I'd actually looked at and thought about getting. The Ghosts of Cathkin Park.
Oh, yes.
It's not about ghosts per se. It's about Third Lanark football team that went bust in the 1960s.
And they were one of the original. I read on the description that they were one of the original clubs that formed the Scottish League.
They got in. They're another Glasgow team. They got into financial trouble.
You don't know how panicked I was about getting these gifts for you because I thought you might, because you always say you buy books for yourself, and I asked Zach, and then I asked when I dropped him off. I asked Caitlin, did he order any books for himself this year? And she was like, "Don't worry, even if you ordered them, you never read them."
That is sadly true. The only football book that I got myself this year was Pat Nevin's autobiography, which I got for my birthday, and I've started reading it. I'm a third of the way through, and I have to get it finished because we're speaking to Pat for our 500th episode of the show, so I need to get it finished.
Thank
you.
I'm figuring you can use that East Fife book for your Fife podcast and ask everybody a question.
Yeah, I'm going to give you guys a question, see if you get it right.
Oh my God.
Let's go for one from...
Is it the South African?
Let's go with the 90s. Number 10. Joe McBride signed for East Fife in 1991 from Dundee. Which major English club did McBride start his career with?
Arsenal.
Everton.
I don't know the answer.
Oh, it's on a different page. You have to flip through it to get to the end of the section.
Everton.
Everton. Oh, I got it. Bonus point.
Wow.
Okay, Zach,
did you memorize the whole book?
No. I just randomly picked up like 5 questions from.
Michael's never going to leave the bathroom.
Well,
Okay,
we'll change there.
I have some books too. Oh yeah, an Alphonso Davies notebook. Alphonso Davies Bayern notebook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I figured. Considering
I saw something like that as well.
I figured you can write your sermons in that, considering he's going to lead us to the promised land as well.
Oh yeah, and then also the
Bayern Munich trivia book.
Trivia. That's awesome.
I wonder where you got your Bayern Munich trivia questions from.
And wait, there's something else in here. Oh, I had some of these from the World Cup.
I think I want you to wear that at the World War, like the next World Cup, if you do go in 2022.
Germany headbands and wristbands. Have you seen? Do you have any of these, Michael, for Scotland?
No, I tried to get you those ones from 1938 that you asked for, but I couldn't get hold of those.
There's one more thing coming, and currently it's in a shipping warehouse somewhere in England. So
one more thing coming.
Yeah, there's one more thing coming, but so we'll just wait for that to show up.
Kirk is here. He's very excited about this book.
I'm gonna do this tomorrow. That's a very funny gag.
Yeah,
yours, not mine.
Don't give him back the thing, man.
No, I'm gonna price it and see what it costs.
I'll tell you right now. What's wrong? Oh, I hit the wrong note button.
Oh my God, are we waiting for the pricing of it?
Yeah.
175.2. Okay, hang on.
He knows me. He's memorized the number.
I know. I was like, what?
No.
I thought it was like worth 75,000. I was like, oh.
No, it's probably in the hundreds though.
So it retailed in Canada for $40 plus tax, and in Canada right now on Bricklink, like the lowest price is like $100.
Yeah, it's not that big of a jump.
No,
that's still like
it's not worth losing Steve's friendship over.
150%.
I mean, I do have a lot of vet bills to pay for.
Well, you can sell the Mia Hamm card. I got you.
Oh no, Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan. Oh, that's right, Alex Morgan.
Yeah, it's not in pristine condition anymore, I'm afraid. Anyway, that is.
Hi, Kirk. Merry Christmas, Kirk.
Yeah, gift that keeps giving. That is nearly it for the show, but we can't have an episode of the show without finishing on a wavelength. And I do have a football-related Christmas song that I haven't played yet. Amazingly, I think I've done everything, and this is the last one to go. It's from 1981, and it's former England player and then subsequent England manager Glenn Hoddle and the 1981-82 Spurs team, and this is their cover of the John Lennon classic Happy Christmas, War is Over.
Let's
Glenn Hoddle there. Happy Christmas, war is over. Singing with some of the 1981-1982 Tottenham Hotspur squad there as well. That is it though for the 2021 AFTN Christmas special. We hope you've enjoyed our nonsense. Thank you for listening to the very end if you are still here. Just before we go, guys, just some final thoughts from yourself, and yeah, where can folk find you online, Zach?
You can find me on Twitter at ZacharyAM, and yeah, I'm once again just thankful for you guys and for being a part of the show, and just it's when I think about these last 2 years, this has been like one of the constants in my life, is looking at your faces on Zoom and talking about football. And,
you poor man.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that, and I look forward to it. And then the community that's around that, the people who listen to the show, who write in about the show, giving feedback, or people I meet who are like,
yeah, you seem to meet all these folk that listen to the show.
Hey, I know you from AFTN. I'm like, who are you? But no, it's
Richard Pack too, one of the few people from the Cascadia question.
Ricky Pack. Ricky Pack.
Okay,
he's a legend.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm really grateful for the community that we're a part of, and looking forward to all 2022 has in store.
Steve.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Whitecaps Speed. Yeah, thankful that we were able to keep the show going over the last couple of years. Agree with Zach there, and hopefully we can do it more in person at the radio station, so I get to press more buttons and make more mistakes. What I learned this week was that I'm glad to find a value on what Michael's friendship is. It's definitely not more than $100.
Yeah. I'm Michael McCall. You can find me checking eBay and the Brick to see if I can fleece somebody for a Star Wars kit.
Bricklink.
Oh, I went to the Brick and I thought, it's just all sofas and fridges and stuff. I don't know what's going on here. What's all this fuss about? Did they build that from Lego? Wow, it looks really comfortable. You can find me, though, on Twitter at AFTN Canada. Read our stuff away from the numbers, aftn.ca. If you've enjoyed this nonsense, check out the other nonsense Christmas special, Glory Days of Gauld, the East Fife and Scottish Football podcast, featuring legend from Spurs and Barcelona in Scotland, Steve Archibald. That's on Glory Days of Gauld at aftn.co.uk. So thanks, as the guy said, for listening to our show this year. It's been another weird year. We've still got another episode that we'll bring out towards the new year as well, but we're 8 episodes away from our 500th edition of the podcast, so that is some going. Started in March 2013. Steve and myself, Zach came on board. It's been a lot of fun. Hope you still find it enjoyable, and hope you all have a great Christmas. Stay safe, stay healthy. Doing this show's helped my voice clear up a little bit, so that's a positive thing. We will be back soon, and the next show is going to be our CPL year in review. Till then, take care, eat lots of turkey, pull lots of crackers, and keep those close to you close. Thanks everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Silent night.